doing today? Are we live, yes or no? Should be working. Let me just also ask and post this to the Discord, and I'll ask Yuda to... Yes, we are live. Let me just post to the Discord. Hello everybody, welcome in. For everybody who's new here, I want to know, or anybody actually, what are you wearing on your wrist today? I'm keeping it fresh. Just wearing my daily Casio DWH-5600. It's got a negative memory pixel MIP MIP display. But let us know what you got in the chat. Good to see you, Butters. Welcome in. Pleasure to have you. For everyone else in the comments, if you're watching this not live, feel free to tell us what you're wearing and also what your favorite video of ours is. I'd be interested to hear. Shinya ni okitara. Hello, Papa Poon Poon. Damn, quite the username. Anyway, let's get right into it. I'm going to post on the Discord as well. Today we got a busy schedule. By that I mean, not really, but you know. Watch time? Hell yeah, exactly. Awesome, awesome. Alright, what was I going to say? Yeah, so the new Initial D watch. I don't know if you guys have seen that. We've got the new Initial D watch in the store. Yuda made a little reel about that, which was pretty funny. At least I enjoyed it, you know what I mean? It was a good one. Testicles. Wearing a relaxed watch today, the Rolex Smurf. Hell yeah. How are you finding the relaxed watch? Yeah, this one just got posted. You guys know me, I'm a big car fan. You know? A86, I think it's a great car. I just don't think it's a great car at the like 40, 50, 60 grand USD people want for them now. But Yuda's reel on this was quite funny. Let's see this, where was it? I did one on Seiko anime watches, but yeah, this one here. Oh, let's see it again. Okay. The question is that anime actually good or no? Does the website Creation Watches is a legit store to buy watches? Yes, we've shipped out now well over 100 orders. You know, it's legitimate. We've given, you know, apart from there's been like one or two situations where people have like bought a watch that's sold out that we can't get, but apart from that, you know, we ship out to everybody. So yeah, it's a legit website. This is our website. As you can see, you know, we have 17k followers on Insta, on YouTube. We're about to hit 30k, and you can see, you know, on our website on the front page, we have some customers who are very happy. Let's see, very cool desk clock, great price, service and shipping to USA. Thank you, TGF. I'm very pleased with the fast service, careful packaging, overall shopping. You know, the actual product is in good condition. This guy's in Australia. Price point and product selection. So we're trying to get more and more. Great assessment and judgment with watch choice. Mint condition, much better than expected. So we're trying to get more customers to actually review our products after they buy it. You know, as you guys can tell, it's obviously sometimes a little difficult to get people to review. But yeah, no, we're a legitimate website. Happy to ship out whatever watch you want. Vintage Seiko LW25 Jewels. Let's take a look at these ones. Ooh. Okay, not bad. I like it. You know me, I'm a big fan of vintage stuff, so, you know. vintage is very tasty. Especially like these TV dials. If there's any watches or micro brands or something you want to talk about, feel free to post them in the chat and we'll start taking a look at them as well. Let me get the while we're here, let me get the audio playing because I don't have where is it? YouTube music library for creators or something. Is this the one? Surely not. This one here, YouTube audio library. Who was the guy I was playing with? That doesn't seem to be correct. What's up, yo? Good to see you. MFian, welcome in. Zeracool, welcome in. There's someone specific who I was interested in that I like to play. Calm. This guy? No. So why is it so loud in my eardrums? Howdy there, Cootie. Hi, Kai. How are you doing? But yeah, feel free to post any watches and we'll start talking about them. If there's any micro brands, you know, you're interested in, or just a watch you want an opinion on or something like that. Happy to talk about as many as we want, you know. There's infinite watches out there. I don't know about this. Romantic, this song? I don't know about that. Dramatic, inspirational? I don't know about that. Is this the guy? Am I playing Pacific Rim music? I'm trying to find something that we... The last time I was playing some music that was pretty good. I don't know if it was this guy. I met a guy last weekend with a Kent... Let me actually turn this down slightly. That should be a little better. How's that audio-wise for you guys? Actually, I might need to turn it down a little more, to be honest. Oh no, I've already done it. How's that? That should be a little better. Met a guy last weekend with a Kentex. He's 25 years old and looked cool. What do you think of their modern offerings? I've never heard of the brand Kentex. It's a Japanese watch brand? Damn, okay. That's unexpected. I have not heard of Kentex. I probably should if it's a Japanese brand. It's kind of too loud. How about now? A little better? Wait, they have JSDF watches. Let's see. Ooh. This one kind of looks like that Grand Seiko GMT. The Sea of Clouds GMT. This one here looks very similar, but the dial's actually nicer. It's like a mother of pearl or something, like a blue mother of pearl. Very kind of similar styling. NH34 GMT. What's the pricing in yen? I'm clicking buy now. 129. Not amazing, not too bad though. Ooh, I like what they've done on the back there. That's pretty nice. They've kind of closed off most of the movement because I mean NH34 is not really worth looking at most of the time, right? But then they've done a little porthole, gives it a marine feeling. So yeah, his was a JSDF model. Oops, my phone is going crazy. I was checking your site for the Oceanus and Manto I wanted a couple of years back. I mean, Butters, if you DM Kat, or you just tell Kat what you want, she can get it listed and then we can get it for you. But you're looking at these, I mean, I like this one. This one's not bad. 19.8, okay. That's a pretty aggressive pricing for it. Very interesting design. I forgot the name of this. It's like a Japanese symbol, you know. Pretty cool. This one is pretty horrendous. I'm not a big fan of the... I don't know if that's just me. I'm not a big fan of the like camo pattern on the watch. But it seems like, you know, they price things pretty aggressively. Which one's, what movement's in this? For 220k, it better be something juicy. This one's a chrono? Damn. NE88, okay. Yeah, I like the bezel that they've done here. I can see they're doing a whole military like flight theme, which they seem to have pulled off pretty well. Oh, it's a Miyota. Yeah, 9039. Okay. It's a little expensive, but not, you know, insanely so. This is a nice looking watch. It's made in Japan too, from what I can tell, so yeah, Japan made. So, you know, it's not that horrendous, not that like expensive of a price for a Japanese brand. Yeah, I like them. I think they've, you know, they've got their theming down. They've hit it well. I mean, for this one here, you know, they've decorated the rotor really nicely, and it helps to fit into their whole military theme. So yeah, I like it a lot. Opinion for Seiko Actus SS Blue Dial 1974. I think we're selling one of those shortly. Okay, not this one. We got one with a pattern dial, but yeah, I think these are really good buys. You know, you can get like ones in pretty terrible condition for like 11,000 yen, and you can get ones in, you know, nice, really nice condition for like 20, 30, 40,000 yen. But it's quite nice. James Poop, welcome in. Guten Tag, meine Freunde aus California. Nice to see you, mate. Welcome into the stream. Let me just make sure I set this to dealer only. How do I filter by artist name? Dealer. Ah, did I miss Diala? What the hell? Oh, damn it, this is annoying me. Artist name, Diala. There we go, perfect. Alright, I'll only play this one artist then, that's good. Really nice, I found it in my country for 150 euros. 150 euros is a deal, that's not too bad. I mean, of course, depends on condition a lot, but, you know, as long as you're not paying like 800 plus for this, you know, you're getting a nice watch, I think. The Kentex logo on the dials for the JSDF. So are these like standard issue for the JADS or something? Or oh, look at this one. What's this? Tahitian mother of pearl, right? I'd say. Let me just put it into English for you guys. Sorry. Does it say anything? Dial black MOP. Oh, yeah. Same thing technically. So it's extremely anti-magnetic. Anti-magnetic resistance of 100,000 A/M, approximately 1200 Gauss, exceeding the mil Gauss for Rolex and the Ingenieur IWC. Ooh, very cool. So yeah, I mean, they got their whole tool watch aesthetic they're leaning into. Seems to be, you know, doing well. Good job on that. By the way, I'm having a like, what is it? Just some convenience store food, you know, little chicken, egg and rice. Can't complain too much. Or for about, I don't know, $2.50, $3 US. Ooh. For those who don't know, I actually used to shoutcast this racing league in Japan. Actually, I don't know if it was this one, but Evangelion style, crazy. I like it. Damn. It's a crazy looking watch, but it ends up working, you know, with the purple, the green, the black case and things like that. Maybe a little big for my wrist. Probably couldn't pull it off with my wrist, but, well, sometimes that's what you want though, right? No, I say bigger is better. I just say this. I just picked up a 61067690 with the cool green grid dial. Let's see, grid dial. Is that gonna? Ah, like this. Okay, that's quite nice. Yeah, a lot of these older, like Japanese vintage, they weren't afraid to do a lot of different, interesting stuff. And it's a little disappointing because I feel like Seiko could bring back some of these stuff. You know, why not re-release something like this or like an LM or something like that instead of releasing the same re-release of the same diver that looks like every other diver like 60 times. You know, because we've had like 62 master re-release like 80 times now. You know. Yeah, faceted crystal is very, very nice. A faceted crystal on the OG bracelet. That's a good purchase, man. What was the damage? How much you pick it up for? What's for dinner? Hey, Crimson Wolf, how you doing? Just chicken and rice and egg, basically, from the combini. Wait, what other Kentexes do they have? I can see all of them. Tourbillon. Surely it's not a... It'd be a Chinese tourbillon, right? Yeah, that's a seagull. 605? Okay, they're out of their mind at 605. KT? Okay, they've they've white labeled the Chinese tourbillon and called it their own movement. But yeah, this is a seagull. What's it called? Seagull tourbillon. Let's see. They've slightly modified it. To be fair to them, they slightly modified it. Let me do like movement so we can actually see the... It's not this one. Yeah, it's this one here. Let me close this out. Yeah, close this one out. Show us the movement again. Yeah, it's the exact same. It's a TY800 that they've modified. Don't get me wrong. It's a reasonably nice looking movement, but... I think they've put on a power reserve. What's that power? Let's see the power reserve day 24 hour. Yeah. I mean, it's nice, but 600,000 yen is crazy. 17 euros. Okay, 17 euros for that is really nice. Or Seiko 5 Actors. Grid dial. God damn it. I got shit all over my fingers. Help! I got a tissue. Oh. Oh. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, so any other watches you guys want to talk about, feel free. Chuck them in the comments. DM'd theme song? Where did you DM it? On, oh, I see it here. Maybe, give me a second. Let me see what it... I don't know if we can play that, I don't know if we can play that on stream without getting copyrighted. But I'll listen to it later and see what we can do with it. But anyway, nice to see you, Zero Cool. Welcome in, mate. Welcome in. Thank you for showing us around the base. Today was a pleasure. That video is going to come out in a long time, actually. Speaking of, did you release it on Patreon yet or not? I think you did. Let's see. Oh, it's scheduled. It's scheduled for tomorrow. Okay. I'll show off a little bit. I'll show off a little bit of the upcoming video with the cool CEO. Hold on, let me. I'll show off a little bit of it first, like 20 seconds maybe.
We are the Japanese Factory, and on this channel, we dive deep into the world of Japanese watches. From where to find them, to watch guides, to asking strangers on the street about what they're wearing, we cover it all. But for this episode, we came to Kyoto for one reason: cool. And not only did we visit their flagship store, we also had the chance to sit down with the CEO of Cool, who generously gave us some time to talk.
I want to take a look at that fresh new cut.
Of Cool.
Fresh new cut. Ladies and gentlemen, damn. How does that look? Huh? Do you think I'll get any good comments about my haircut? Because I only had negative comments over the past like 6-8 months. Anyway, this video is coming out Friday, 8:30 p.m. Japanese time. It's a full interview with the CEO of Cool. I think you guys will really enjoy that. So looking forward. You can get a day early on Patreon, so it should be good. I own it? Oh, damn. Didn't know that. Anyway, let me put the song back on. I recently picked up... let me know if you're excited for that video interview with the CEO of NIS. I'm super excited for you guys to see it. I think it'll be a banger video. Hopefully a lot of people have all of their questions answered about Cool. But I don't want to leak too much. But you know, if this video does really well, we can maybe do a follow-up. Ask him to do a follow-up interview and you know, ask him additional questions and see how that goes. But yeah. Mukbang stream a little bit. It's just the last time I ate was like 10 a.m. I didn't have any lunch, so I'm absolutely tired. I'm absolutely hungry. MJ Music says, hello from Serbia. I recently got the new SNX-S with the blue dial. Really enjoying it. Hell yeah. Let me just get through all of your comments. These Seiko 5s, probably something like this. One of these two, maybe on a Jubilee. They're quite nice. As much as I'm a little upset at Seiko with all the price rises recently, they do make a good watch. And, you know, at the end of the day, as long as you're willing to pay the price, you can get a nice watch from them and enjoy wearing it, right? And this is, all of these are baller watches. Yeah, can't go wrong with Seiko, right? Busy day at work? It was a mix. It was a mix, you know, sometimes. JP convenience store food, always better than most restaurants here. Always miss it. I recently picked up a Citizen BM818-03E. Let's take a look. You know what, let's go images. Ooh, okay. Oh, it's like a military styled eco drive. Okay. I love it. Strap's pretty nice on that. I mean, it's a day-date eco drive. I assume that's loomed, 100 meter water resistant. It looks like you can pick them up for about what, 250, 300 USD. It's nice. If you like that kind of military aesthetic, I think this is a pretty good looking watch. Oh, you got the Arabic numeral version. Okay, I didn't know they had Arabic numeral version. That's cool. Is there any other similar watches with these spec? Would love to have one in sapphire plus titanium. I can look around a bit and see. If you send me a message on Discord, I'll or maybe even ask in the Discord. Like, some other people can help you out as well. So, you know, you'll probably be able to find something. So I don't doubt there's something that's like a solar eco drive in titanium with like a rugged military aesthetic. Definitely looking forward to it from Papa Poon. Excellent. What's with the old Majestas and Chronos range from Seikos? Yeah, so a lot of these gentlemen, what's up, Tim Cheeseman? Welcome in. Andrew Hyun. I'll answer your comments later. Just let me get through these ones. So yeah, the old Majesta Seikos, right? These essentially, there's ones that have an interesting, they have this like interesting logo, but a lot of them were on the kind of cheaper side. You know, they were doing a lot of quartz with these, right? You got it here with like this one's a Seiko, a Majesta one too, but it's got the single quartz logo. But yeah, a lot of these were like, you know, trying to do these kind of gold, silver kind of dressy vibes with the quartz watch for reasonable prices, and they got some ones with like texture dials and stuff like here. I think they're pretty good buys. You know, if you don't want to splash the cash on like a king quartz twin quartz, or like a twin quartz grand quartz or something like that, you know, these fill the same kind of, they scratch the same itch or a similar itch, just with a less regulated movement, right? And just, you know, it's not a bad watch. It's just a little bit worse than the king quartzes or the grand quartzes, but they're like a fifth of the price or a tenth of the price or more. So I think these are really nice vintage buys. You know, some of the times when we go to flea markets and stuff, we can see these for like 100 or like anywhere from like 50 to like $150. Sometimes up to 200, but they're pretty nice if you like these type of vintage designs. I really recommend Majestas. They're pretty cool. The only thing you kind of want to worry about is like, you know, they are older quartzes. Oh, this one's got some crazy water damage on the dial. They are older quartzes, so, you know, it can be a little bit worrying. Don't expect to like buy it and hold it for like 20, 30, 50 years. Because, you know, especially too, like some of these older quartzes, if you buy them when they're not running, they could have stopped running, and then the person just lets it sit there for like 7-10 years not running, and then the battery punctures and starts leaking onto the movement, and when that happens, the watch is basically dead. So any stone dials in that range, I don't think you're going to get any stone dial in $150 to $200. Like, I think some of the cheapest ones I've seen, you can get some, like, there's some like Suggest has some. I bought a watch from them recently with a stone dial for 100. But yeah, I think I bought this one here. I know it says 200, but on AliExpress I got a deal down to $96. So if you're looking for like stone dials under 200, you have to kind of go with Chinese micro brands. Andrew Hyun says, deal below a vintage watch, on the hunt for one. You think you can find one? Generally we have, let me take a look. Dior Belova vintage. Like this? I mean, these guys are selling one for like, where are they? Country Switzerland. I mean, is this the kind of thing you're looking for? I mean, we can source stuff like this. Like if it's for sale in Japan, but they don't ship overseas, which a lot of vendors do. Like here's another one, Iroma is selling one. Another one selling here for 66. We can proxy ship it, so like help you get it shipped from Japan to wherever you want it. Recently picked up a Noah X Timex moon phase watch with a brown strap. Ooh, damn. Damn, okay, this is and they only want what, 33,000 yen for these? Am I saying that correct? 33,400, 35,200. Okay. This is a nice watch for that price. This is a very nice watch for that price. Damn. Getting a moon phase little Cartier, looks like a JLC / Cartier hybrid. I don't know who the Noah X is, but it's not bad. I have a twin quartz, grand quartz, and it needs a service. Do you know anyone who still works on them? Outside of Japan, I'm not too sure. But my local watchmaker in Japan, that like I go to for a lot of our work and a lot of the watches before we send them off overseas to customers. If it needs a service or something like that, I take it to my local watchmaker and he works on them. But yeah, that's one of the kind of like negatives I would say about specifically twin quartzes is once they leave Japan, you have like if you have any sort of issue or you need some parts or some servicing or whatever, a lot of watchmakers are just very hesitant to work on these twin quartzes, right? So I mean, sometimes you can just kind of just ask them. You can just be like, hey, you know, I know that it's like not something that you're used to really dealing with, but you know, just take a look and see what you can do. But yeah, that's we try and get everything, you know, serviced and working well before it leaves Japan, if it needs a service, something like that. It's the tough part about being out of Japan. Yeah, I mean, what you could kind of do is maybe you can ship it to us. Like we can go take a look and, you know, try and get a service and then ship it back. Or if you're coming to Japan on a trip, like we can try and get a maybe, you know, you can send us some pictures of the movement or something like that, and then we can, like, I can show my watchmaker and see if he says it's fixable or not, right? Seiko 5 SNK 063J5 recently. Let's take a look at that bad boy. Show me the money. Ooh, the Arabic dial. Nice, not bad. You know what's funny is I met this guy who was like kind of talking shit about Arabic dials, and he's like, "Oh, why does everyone go crazy about Arabic dials when they don't even speak Arabic, right?" And then I was like, "Wait a minute, you don't speak Japanese, but you have a kanji day wheel on your watch, so you're doing the exact same thing." All right, that one cracked me up. But yeah, how do you guys feel about Arabic dials? Like, is it a bit of a gimmick, or, you know, do you think it's good? The question is, do you think it's worth paying extra for the Arabic dials or not? Because sometimes they're like twice the price. You look at some of these, like these Rolex or Pateks or whatever, like the Arabic dial will be like literally double the price. There's a few of those Seikos on Chrono 24. I was thinking of trying to come to Japan next summer, but quite a ways out. Yeah, it depends how long you're going to be here too. So if you're only going to be here for like a week or two, it might not be enough time for them to get it serviced. But, you know, happy to talk off stream if you want to DM me. Try and get me some like movement pictures. And kind of describe what's actually wrong with it, and then I can maybe talk to my watchmaker and see what he can do about it. That's a Timex collab with Noah. Timex takes a lick and keeps on ticking. Yeah, let me show you guys some of these old Seiko ads. Have you guys seen some of these? Let me pause it for a second. Some of these old Seiko commercials are baller.
This tiny quartz crystal makes quartz watches the most accurate in the world today. It's the heart of Seiko's traditional analog quartz and continuous readout multi-mode LC digital quartz. Seiko pioneered quartz watches, and today continues to expand the boundaries of timekeeping with the largest quartz collection in the world, all made with meticulous...
Damn, let me put on a Japanese one, because some of these Japanese ones, there's one with the oh shit, damn, we're popping up straight ahead. Where's the one with the, I saw one that was, is this the one? This one's pretty good too, I think. Oh, I'm getting added. Big fan of your content. Do you do watch meetups in Japan? Yes, if you saw, I posted it on Meetup and on Watch Crunch. So on Watch Crunch, where is it? Activity here. Here's the next one coming up. Let me link it in the chat for you. So yeah, William Lin, we try and host these once a month. This one's on the 27th, so 3 days from now. So if you're going to be in Tokyo 3 days from now, I recommend coming to the meetup. You know, you don't need to RSVP, but it does help us get an idea of how many people are coming. But yeah, it's at the Owlgate British Pub. We've hosted a few of them there, so yeah, feel free to come through. Anyway, let's get through this advert so we can look at the old Seiko ad. No Roman numerals. If I message you on Instagram, can I message you about hunting down a watch for me? Yeah, sure, Andrew, no problem. Here. It's not the one I was looking for. But this one's pretty good. 18,000. That was quite a lot of money in 1977. Seiko Joyful ads Japan. I think it's this Joyful series. They had a few. I want the one with the car that opens up. Kate Bush? Damn. Is this the one with the car that opens up? No, it's not. This one's from ages ago. 1953. Holy. Anyway, there's a lot of these good old ads for Seiko that I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to do a video on it, like the best Seiko ads ever. Seiko, I have to drop by when I swing by Japan for work. Your channel is amazing. Thank you, William. Appreciate the kind comments. We're going to try, continue to work hard to make sure we bring you guys content that you want to see. Been binging your guys' content, by the way, lately. The past few days, been loving it. Keep it up. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate all the nice comments. I'll make sure Yuta hears these too as well. But yeah, if you guys are coming to Japan, try and align your date with one of our meetups. We usually try and host them on the later half of the month. Like in the last week or so, so the 20th to like the 30th, that kind of dealio. Maple Story player. I've been playing a little bit of Maple Story Worlds recently. If you've seen, Togain did a series on these, like, it's like a Maple Story roguelike. It's like when you level up, you pick which ability like you want to keep, and all of the weapons like drop with different abilities. It's pretty interesting. If you're into Maple Story, I highly recommend it. It's called South Perry. It's a Maple Story roguelike. Anyway, I haven't played Maple Story in years. Yeah, it is a bit of a throwback because I haven't played since like. Actually, I've played a little bit when Reboot came out, but I haven't played for literal years. So it's not bad. Thoughts on the SPGA 415 Winter vs SPGA 413 pink dial? Yes, so also welcome in M3 Ace. Pleasure to have you in. So my thoughts on this one are pretty simple, right? If you've seen a Shumbun in person, you know most of the time, like when you take a look at a Shumbun online, you're like, oh my god, it's so pink. Damn, a pink watch, right? I could never pull that off. Or, oh, it's too pink for me, I don't like it. But the reality is that most of the time, the Shumbun in person is actually a lot grayer and flatter, right? It's only when really specific sunlight kind of hits it that it gives off that pink dial effect, right? Which is why I highly recommend anybody who's ever considering buying a Grand Seiko, you should go in store and see how the dial looks before in person, and try it on your wrist, etc. before you decide to put that money down, because they look on the renderings, like they look incredibly pink, right? Like the rendering here, or maybe it's not even a rendering, maybe it's like a photo that they took, but it looks super pink there, but it's not that pink in person. So if you buy the winter one, it's just silver the whole time. And when you buy this one, the Shumbun, it's silver most of the time, but it's like an Easter egg pink, right? In certain lighting conditions, certain angles, the light hits it just right, and then you get that really nice pinks. But most of the time, it's going to be quite silvery, so it's pretty good. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the difference, or like what to buy instead of whether to buy the 415 versus the 413. What up, Australia rep? Wearing my Rolex 116710 Bill and hell yeah, it's a good choice. Shumbun so far, yeah, I mean Shumbun's their most popular model, I would say, ever. People disagree with me. People say that, oh, you're an idiot, the Snowflake is way more popular. I think the Snowflake was more popular for sure. Like the Snowflake's been there, Like that was their first kind of breakout model, but and that's been around for longer. But the Shimbun for sure has way more like hype about it. Like literally, whenever you go to the Grand Seiko subreddit, it's like 8 out of the 10 posts the Shimbuns. So I think the Shimbun is definitely way more popular these days. I agree the 413 does present different in person. I love them both. Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, you can't go wrong either way, right? You're getting a really nice textured dial, and you know it's a nice Grand Seiko watch, right? Just depends if you want that extra Easter egg or not with the slightly pinkish dial. Can anyone recommend a good timograph app? I use, I think it's called Watch Accuracy Meter on Android. This one here is pretty good. You know, you can see here, basically you need to, a lot of people don't really know how to use it, but the way that it works is because it can't measure vibrations with your phone, right? Because your phone doesn't have, I don't know what it'd be called, a vibrometer. It actually just boosts the hell out of your microphone, and then it uses your microphone to detect the ticking of your watch. So you have to go into a very quiet room first. If you have like a bathroom or something like that, or like a shower room with tile, go into a place like that, close the door, put the watch down as close as possible to your phone's microphone as you can, take off a case if you have it, and then you can let it listen, alright? And let it listen for the full minute, and then it'll give you that information. The BPH, the auto is okay, but if you can set it manually, it works a lot better in my experience. But yeah, you can use this to timograph all of your watches, in as many different positions as you want. You know, when you go to save it, I don't know if it's going to show. It's got a trailer here, right? So you can see it. Here's the trailer of it working, right? So yeah, this is exactly how you work it. It takes a little bit to get it. If you have it set to auto, it takes a little bit to get it, but then yeah, you can drag it over, try and center it. And then, yeah, we wanted to do a reel on this actually. Do you guys think that would be a good idea? We did record one, it didn't turn out too good. So I'm ready to like record it again in a better situation, a better environment. I use an app that's called Timegrapher and it's okay. You have to pay for more features for basic stuff. It's okay. Yeah, this is an old version. Now he's got the actual readout that tells you the rate, the beat error, the amplitude, and stuff like that. So, for some information. That JDM Seiko prospects on the website looks really good, but that price, Seiko's markup, not yours. Which one do we list? Seiko prospects. Oh, these two. Yeah. Yeah, this is crazy. We got a few people who are talking about this, interested in this. Yeah, I think the reason why the price is kind of higher in this one is because it's a limited edition, right? They only did 500 pieces. But I mean, it's really nice, and it's a nicer movement too, like the 6R54. But yeah, I mean, it's no secret that like nowadays Seiko, the prices of Seikos have just been going up across the board. But it's definitely a nice watch. This one too, we saw a pilot with this one in one of our other videos. This one's a Thailand limited edition, huh? Isn't that nice? God damn. Comes in like a bamboo, because it's a bamboo grove, it comes in like a bamboo box. It's nice, I really, really like it. It's a GMT, yeah, that too. I mean, GMTs, especially a 6R GMT, is going to be more expensive, you know. So, but it's a very, very nice watch. I mean, if you have the money and you're interested in it, I think it's a great watch, right? What type of chronographer works on a spring drive? I don't think any of them work on a spring drive. I think if you want to test the spring drive, you kind of have to have it on your wrist and try it. But a lot of people are saying it's like a couple of seconds a month. You know, Seiko is generally very, they're very loose. They say their timings, they try and beat the expectation for the timing. But yeah, I don't think any specific timographer doesn't have it. On Android, welcome in Von Krull. On Android, I don't use the timographer, but I do use atomic clock and watch accuracy tool just to track how each watch is doing accuracy wise. Hell yeah. Tie watches are unisex. Yeah, probably. I think this one size wise, what is it? Diameter 39.5. Yeah, I do notice actually of the like 3 Thai ladies that I know, like all of them are fine with watches that, you know, most people would consider too large, but they love their large watches. So maybe it's a cultural thing, right? They don't mind as much a larger watch as maybe other countries. Who knows, right? That's just from my very small sample size of 3 people. I cared about Seiko for a little while. As of now, I've gotten rid of all the watches with the NH3X movements. Yeah, the interesting thing is actually, like, for a lot of people, you know, if you have an NH35 that's like really badly regulated, it's a very easy movement to regulate. So, you know, you can just open it up and regulate it yourself and get it within like 2 to 5 seconds a month. But yeah, from the factory, they don't regulate them, but it's not a bad movement. Like, you can have them regulated to, some of them you can get to chronometer, but maybe not chronometer in all 6 positions, but in like one position you can get a chronometer, and like 3 to 4, maybe 5 seconds in the other positions. But yeah, I mean, I've regulated one of my Seiko NH35s in the past. They're just SEO, stop picking on my work. No, it's good. It's really, really good. I mean, our SEO's been going crazy, Kat. So yeah, can I get a big thank you in the chat for all of the hard work that Kat does behind the scenes on all of the orders, making sure everything's working, making sure me and Yuta, you know, can get all the content planned properly and stuff like that. Honestly, ever since she's joined the team, she's a massive help. And you know, obviously she's not on the camera, so, you know, a lot of people don't know the hard work that she does, but she really helps us a lot. Pity I'm hardly ever up at this time of day. I'm gonna try, and maybe next week I'll schedule the stream for like 10 p.m. to midnight Japan time, so that, you know, we can get some of the American, a little bit better time zone for the Americans and the European time zone. Konbanwa Kuri-shan. Welcome in, Sim Victim. I don't agree that NH35s are easy, or NH33Xs are easy to regulate. I've regulated several of them. For example, SW2100 is easier because you turn a screw for fine rate adjustment. Yeah, but these ones have they have the, where is it? Show me the other side. They've got here the plus minus forks. So I think it's hard to very fine tune it, but, you know, let's say it comes from the factory at like 30 seconds fast or like 25 seconds slow or whatever. You know, it's quite easy to tune it here and get it to, you know, within 5 seconds or so, right? So in that case, I find them easy, but to get it really finely tuned, no, I don't think it's the movement for that, right? Mark at Long Island Watch has dealt with many NH3X movements, and his experience matches mine. Yeah, I think if you're looking for that like sub 5 second accuracy, it can be quite hard. But I think getting it decently close is not too bad. I got a Weishi 1900 from AliExpress, and it's been worth the cash. I've never heard of this Weishi 1900. Oh, these, yeah. Yeah, I keep bugging Yuta that we need to get one of these bad boys. We'll get one soon. Oh, nice tutor there on the timographer. Yeah, I'd love to have one of these. We're trying to get this. We're trying to get like an ultrasonic cleaner, so we can, you know, clean the bracelets a little bit better without having to do manual cleaning on some of the stuff that goes out. So we got a lot more coming. The low amplitude is off-putting on these movements. Yeah, I mean, they're manufactured at a price point, right? They're manufactured to, you know, be... I imagine if you're volume dealing, if you bought like 100 grand NH35s or like 50 grand NH35s or whatever, I'd imagine the pricing would get down to like $2 or less a movement, maybe even like $1.30 or something. So, you know, at that price point, there's only so much they can do in terms of beat rate, amplitude, etc. So you rotate these movements, the errors all over the place, amplitude sags even more. Yeah, I think that's a fair thing. Beat on Bale says, you guys ever have one of these? 79,000. I picked it up in pink and waiting for it to arrive. Damn, I've seen some of these at the flea market. I haven't seen a pink one. It's more like a salmon pink. But yeah, these are interesting. I have like the kind of citizen version of this, right? Chronograph, alarm, dealio, but I can't set the time on it. I don't know if it's broken or what. I've read the manual, what I think is the correct manual. I'm trying to set the time, but I can't get it correct, so I don't know what's going on with it. We might just use it for practicing, like polishing some stuff. So, but yeah, alarm chronographs are pretty cool. These days, you know, not so useful to have an alarm on your watch, but when this came out, it was very, very cool. And welcome in, Beaton Ball. I do hope everyone enjoys their 4-hour NH movements. Personally, I'm done with them. How likely do you think it is that Casio will start manufacturing mechanical movements if their current release goes well? Look, if the let me bring up the watch that you're talking about while we're here. Casio Edifice. So if these mechanical Casios go well, this is the one that we bought and we're doing a lot of reels. We've done a lot of reels on with the carbon case, carbon dial. I think if these Casios do well, there's no way that Casio will definitely, you know, decide to, maybe they'll do a version 2 with a nicer movement, maybe a Miyota, right? Maybe they'll do a Miyota 9039 or something like that. Or maybe after, maybe they'll just skip version 2 and they'll just go version 3, right? And they'll drop a Casio mechanical movement. I think the reason why is because why they went with this Seiko movement is they were unsure how well this would sell, number one, and number two, it costs like $1 million plus to make a new production line for watches, right? So if they're going to make a new production line for a watch that they don't even know if it will sell well or not, right? Because for some people, they say Casio, only quartz, right? So for those people, you know, they're very, very like they're very, very scared to drop that much money for something that might not sell that well, right? So I think if this sells well, 100% they're going to make their own mechanical movement. I'd love to see them do like the G-Shock of mechanical watches, right? Just make it super heat resistant, super magnetic resistant, like super shock resistant, you know, all of those things together, right? I think that would be really a really cool move from Casio. Especially too, is it crazy to say I want to see a mechanical G-Shock, right? I think that would be awesome. NH35 needs a competitor. Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest competitor to NH35 is a Miyota A215, right? You know, these are basically as close as you can get as NH35 competitor, and these two are also down into the, you know, a couple of dollars a movement, right? I really don't know why a lot of brands pick the NH35 over the Miyota A215. Especially too, I think like more brands should. I know brands love to do tiering, so they want to have, you know, one watch at like a cheap price, one watch at like a medium price, and then one watch at like an expensive price. But the 9000 series movements, can I get one for 9000 series? Like, is it 9015? Yeah, 9015, 9215. Like these ones too are, you know, really quite nice. 9015 and then the 9215 Miyota. No, this is the 9. What is it? What's the slim one? Is it 9215? It's the day one here. Yeah, these like slim Miyota movements are really nice, and they have a triple calendar movement, which Miyota is actually owned by Citizen, right? And then they sell mechanical triple calendar movements, but they don't have any mechanical triple calendars for like almost 20 years now, right? Which is kind of crazy. It's such an odd piece, and I'm looking forward to it. Hell yeah, Beaton, as long as you like it, that's what you need, mate. Pink watch is really nice. I'm not a fanboy. supposedly Casio did put a really nice bracelet on their automatic. Yeah, we tried on. No, you didn't try it on, but while I was mucking around over the weekend, and I tried on this one with the bracelet. The bracelet's actually better than the price point would indicate. I actually quite liked it. So. But I still prefer the rubber one, right? I just like that it's like, you know, weighs like 80 grams, 87 grams, you know. I just prefer rubber a lot more. I mean, you know, I'm wearing, well, this is resin tech. I'm pretty sure it's resin. Maybe it is rubber. I don't know. But yeah, I prefer those kind of bracelets on, you know, my cheaper watches, right? What would be really neat is to see a drop-in compatible NH35 replacement that's better and costs more, of course. Yeah, I'd love to see, yeah, if there was a drop-in, maybe if someone was selling a movement with a spacer, it's like a drop-in replacement, I don't know, or maybe it's just very similar or the same exact sizing. Yeah, that would be cool. Direct substitute. Who knows, maybe a Chinese brand will make one, right? Maybe Casio will do this in the Oceanus line and use the Miyota 9000 series, but Casio is more directly in competition with Citizen. I mean, at the moment, yeah, you know, they're both very quartz focused, so, you know, I think they'll have, yeah, they're definitely competitors more, Citizen and Casio. Any other watches you guys want me to talk about? Let me scroll up a bit and see if I missed anything. Ever heard of a Schaumburg watch? Check out the Moon Perpetual Galaxy with the Goldstone dial. I have not heard of that before. Schaumburg Moon Galaxy. Ooh. Damn. What's the genuine Goldstone? I've never heard of Goldstone before. Damn. That's a nice looking watch though. It looks like a better version of the like the Suggest that I bought recently. What movement's in here? Moon modification. Finish perlage, rhodium plating, coats Geneve. Oh, sorry, coats de Geneve. Did they mention the movement? I'm not seeing anything here. I like what they've done here with the the open case back that's like slightly open, you know what I mean? Damn. I assume that's the pusher for the moon phase. It's a really nice watch, but 5,000 euros is a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Oh, it's a date. It's a date too. It's got a date pointing to the 20th. I think it's 31. I thought it was a 2nd. What's the eclipse? It's got a line for the eclipse or something. It's interesting. $5,000 is a lot of money though. Do they mention the movement? The techniques is stored in a steel case suitable for daily use instead of a standard case. Well designed. But they've got a Blood Moon Galaxy. For my vampires, I want to suck your blood. I assume there's a titanium coated. Yeah, it's a steel case, and they've coated it with PVD. Cool. I mean, they're cool. $5,000 is a lot of money, though. Oh, here we go. Base movement, automatic SW11. Okay, I can see more of why it's expensive. So it's SW11. Yeah. 5,000 is still a lot of money. Like, if this was more like 1,200, maybe 2,000 max, I'd be like, yeah, sure. But I get that it's handmade and it's got a nice Swiss movement, but 5,000 euros is an insane amount of money. A type of aventurine, I want one. Yeah, I need to know more about the movement first. Yeah, I mean, SW11 is quite nice, right? Like, you can't complain too much about a SW11, and they've clearly gone through a lot of effort to like plate it, rhodium plate it, give it some nice movement finishing. Because, yeah, the finishing here is a lot better than what comes from the factory, I imagine. They specifically mention, perlage, rhodium plated with a coats of Geneve on the rotor. And I don't think it comes like that from the... Oh, maybe it does. It looks better here though than it does here. I don't know if they got it. Well, no, they would have had to redo it because they... Oh, I don't know. Hard to tell. It's really good, but 5,000, they're kind of out of their mind with that price, I feel like. Have you seen the Belova Goddess of Time series? I have not. Let's take a look. Belova Goddess of Time. Damn. Damn. Is it crazy to say that if she's wearing this, I know she's a baddie? This is a beautiful watch for beautiful women. Is that crazy to say? Yeah, no, I really like it. Now here's the question: what's the price on these bad boys? They don't even sell it in Japan, and they forced me to go to the. They forced me to go to the. Did these just get announced, or what's the? Okay, $4.95 they say. Yeah, Belova does this stupid ass thing where they like auto redirect me to the Japan website, and if there's no Japan equivalent, I don't even think they even care. So they just dump me in the middle of nowhere. Can I do it incognito? No, it just geo locks me. But yeah, $500 US. That's not a bad price, especially if these are if it's real malachite and real like azure and real tiger's eye. I just says brown dial. Then that's a crazy price. What do you know about vintage Citizen independent watches from the 90s? Yeah, so you know, the independent, these are very, very similar to, they have the same kind of design ethos as the Seiko Alba, right? They were trying to, oh look, you can see us here, the Japanese factory, Anadigi Temp, Citizen independent. We're selling one if you're interested. Yeah, so what was I going to say? Basically, they were trying to appeal more to the youth with these watches, right? That was their kind of, that was what they were trying to do with these watches, right? And I think they succeeded because, you know, they obviously sold quite well, right? So, you know, I think they're cool. They're cool watches, you know, they have a very vintage, funky design while still kind of feeling young and fresh, right? We always have some Citizen independent on our watch lists. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Speaking of our watch lists, what was it? We just got this. We just won this bad boy. We're gonna give it a little bit of a clean. You know, make it. We'll check the movement, see if it needs a service, overhaul, something like that. But yeah, this Seiko 5 Moon Phase coming into the collection. We'll put this one up as well. So you know, if you're interested in this rare Seiko 5 Moon Phase, we've already sold one of them, or rather, we got a custom order for one of them. For I'll bring it up. Let me bring it up. We sold it to, or rather, Java Chips in the Discord was the one who asked for it, and we managed to find one custom order, and he's loving it so far. It's a crazy looking watch. It's really, really nice. So yeah, but yeah, you'll need some time before it goes into the store. So. The new Citizens are really nice value other than the stamp clasp, but who cares for that price? Yeah, exactly. Most of Belova's designs are wacky to me, but they do great high accuracy quartz movements. I love my Lunar Pilot Ref 96B25A on the bracelets I got from Market Long Island Watch. Yeah, let's take a look at these bad boy. Yeah, this is a Speedmaster, the Japanese Speedmaster, right? With a nice quartz too, and also if you see it running, let's try and jump in. One of the things you see it running. The Lunar Pilot is pretty awesome. Love the story behind it too. Yeah, we had that guy who brought a bunch of Belova space watches to our meetup, and we got to try them on in hand, and they were really quite nice. Alright, show us it moving. Oh, I want to see the sweep though. Doesn't this? Doesn't this one have like a really nice sweep, or am I confused?
They have a tendency to catch and reflect the light and
Damn. It's a nice looking watch.
if you engage a top pusher, which has a reassuring click to it, the chronograph
Damn, look at that.
will start to move, and this is where you see the magic of the 262 kilohertz high frequency pulse, as the hand will tick a staggering
Damn.
16 times per second.
It's dancing, bro. It's dancing. Look at those hands go. Only for the chrono second hand. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I mean, it uses more battery to sweep, like, you know, all of the time, right? So I think that's what their choice was. The Beloved does the same for Australia. They force you to the .au site, which doesn't have the same watch. Yeah, it's so silly. I really hate that, like, region locking. Like, I'm not stupid, you know. If I want to go to the American site, I'll go to the American site and find the watch. I'll go to the Japanese site. I'll go whatever. I just want to see the watch and maybe buy it, right? You know, you don't have to force me to go to the other websites. So I don't know what they're doing. Mine gains about 5 to 8 seconds in a year. Pretty good. Can't complain too much with that. Sorry, didn't mean to shout. That's fine. So yeah, what else have you got in recently? We did get a lot of new vintage in because new vintage, as funny as that is. Here it is, shop by collection vintage. Yeah, we sold this one, and the guy reviewed it. He loved it. He said the actual product is as described and in better condition than shown on the photographs. The seller responded quickly and clearly. Posting of the product is prompt. Yeah, we got this guy wanted a birth year watch, so we managed to get it to him. 1974 Omega Geneve. And movements was in pretty good condition too. Look at that. He paid $5.20. I think he paid less because it was his first order. He got 5% off or something. I can't remember. But yeah, this one's still around. This Seiko Credor. This one too. I need to probably clean it up a little bit, but it's quite nice. Full links too. I'm pretty sure this is inches, right? It's like 14, maybe not inches. I don't know. I'll have to check. Does it say? Doesn't. Yeah, this one too. These black diamonds. We got a few of these black diamonds. They're really interesting. Some people aren't as big of a fan of them because they don't have Seiko on the dial, but they did some interesting watches for sure. This one too. This like casino dial, Orient. Isn't that crazy? It's got an AM PM indicator and the day date. It's like a rotating disc. Very, very cool. The bigger version? Yeah. We had another one too. Okay, yeah, this one sold out on the auction. I'm surprised this one only sold for 1,000 because when we first got it and we were talking about it, a lot of people were like, oh yeah, you know, can you put it up for auction because I really want it. Like, you know, it seemed like there was like 10, 15 people who are interested. Because initially I was just going to list for like 1,500 US because it's like, it's literally museum grade. But then they asked us to like auction it, but then nobody, only one person bid on the auction basically. But yeah, the King Quartz is still available, 500. This one's quite nice. And it's free size, so you know, anybody can wear it. And then Presage, we got 2 of these actually. These Presage moon phases, which are pretty cool. And then what else? This Reverso, I'm pretty sure we have 2 of these Reversos. So it's got 2 faces, you can swap it over. It's got the black face and it's got the black face. It's got the darker grey face and then like the white Roman numeral dial as well with gold. So yeah, I think he turns it over in this video. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Seiko were on one with the Black Diamond collection. They did a... I call it the Reverso. Is that crazy to say? Yeah. Yeah, they're quite nice. This Tissot we've had for ages actually. This gold-plated Tissot. It's quite nice, caliber 2541. So yeah, actually this one I've got right on me right now. This one's really hard to photograph well because the dial is just crazy. It's got that, it's like a brick wall dial. I've seen a ton of Citizen Homers. This is the only one I've seen with a brick wall dial. Quite interesting. My God, he trimmed the beard. A little bit, yeah, a little bit. It was getting too much, so I had to trim it down for summer, you know. Welcome in, Riley. By the way, good to see you. Vario makes a Versa. It's a good watch. Vario Reverso watch. Let's take a look. Dual time quartz. Ooh, interesting. Damn. Silver and black MOP. This is like you won't like me when I'm angry, and you flip it over to the black MOP one. Oh, it's what is it called? Co-central? You reverse it like that. It's not like horizontal. It's vertical reverser. Interesting. Cool. Cool. You got a fair few different colorways. I like it. Not bad pricing wise too. $428 for a black MOP and a white MOP. So you know, yeah, it's a decent price for what it is. Great ladies watch. Yeah. Is the Homer equivalent to the Skyline? I'd say so. You're talking about the Seiko Skyline, right? Am I remembering correctly? Or is there a different Skyline watch? What's it called? Not the Zenith. It's a vintage one, right? I've seen that word before. Who makes the Skyline? Vera does a great solar quartz watch, 1945. Yeah. I'm losing my mind. Is a Citizen Skyline? It's a Seiko Skyline, right? Why is it not popping up then? Do I have to put in vintage or something? Ah, yeah, here we go. Yeah, I'd say they're pretty similar, like similar time periods, right? Yeah, I've seen a few of these at like the flea market. I think the big thing with the like Parashock and Finox, what they mean is Parashock's like, there's actually a great video or photo rather in like the 50s or 60s. I think it was the 60s. They took one of these Citizen watches on a helicopter over Shibuya Square, and they dropped the watch from the helicopter in Shibuya Crossing, basically. The watch dropped down, and they picked it up, and the crystal, of course, was fucked, right? And the case, you know, big ding or whatever. But the actual, the watch itself, the movement was in totally fine condition, right? So they did that to prove that, like, their Parashock technology, which is like, you know, a very shock-resistant watch, was really good. A lot of people don't really realize too, like, I mean, obviously people know that Japan has a lot of earthquakes, right? But you know, before a lot of these like shock-resistant technologies, every time Japan had any sort of earthquake, your watch would be like pretty horrendously out of time whenever it happened. So Japanese people had to take their watch to the watchmaker, you know, somewhat frequently, to like fix, to re-regulate it whenever there was like a bad earthquake. So yeah, interesting bit of history for you, which is why, you know, the Japanese were a lot more interested in shock-resistant technology than the Swiss in the 60s. And the Finox just means unbreakable mainspring, which, I mean, I guess so, right? I feel like if you give me 2 minutes and a hammer, I can probably break it. But I think it just means unbreakable from like a normal, like a drop or something like that. But who knows, right? Alright, shall we take a look at any new Seiko watches get announced recently? I don't think I've seen any new ones come out. Before shock settings, it was pretty miserable to keep watches running. Yeah, I imagine. I don't want to see Brian. Show me all of the watches. Anything new that I haven't seen announced yet? I think we talked about most of these last week. I don't think there was anything particularly new that came through. This one's quite nice though, with like the lavender thing. there any other new watches that got announced on Grand Seiko? I don't think there was. We went and saw the UFA in person, actually, me and Yuda. We filmed a little reel with it, so it might come through. Might get uploaded sometime soon. They hinted at a new Alpinist. What is the Alpinist, right? Maybe, yeah. If you have a news article or a link to that or whatever, post it through and we'll take a look at it together. What is the best pink dial watch? Ooh, I mean, technically, I think for me, 100%, it's the Grand Seiko Shunbun, right? It's the best watch for a reason, right? It's the best pink dial watch for a reason. You know, a lot of people are talking about it. It's just nice in every way. I would love to see a version 2 of this with a micro adjust bracelet and then move the power reserve to the back. Number 3, ideally with the UFA movement. I know it'd be more expensive, but I feel it'd be worth it. And number 4, is this crazy to say? I'd love to see the 3 o'clock date indicator, move it down to the 6 o'clock. Because I think it just helps with the dial symmetry and everything. It would just look better. And then that's it. It's perfect. Then it would be the perfect watch, I would say. But apart from this, you know, candy pink OP is quite nice. Like, look at that. Not for me, but you know, if you really, really love somebody, buy a. If you really, really love her, buy this. You know what I mean? Is that crazy to say? They're quite nice in candy pink. I prefer them a little bit in lavender, to be honest. The new lavender OPs, they just got like announced. I think this is the better watch overall. But if we're talking specifically pink dials, I mean, there's like those salmon pink. What is it called? The Breitling Datura Perpetual Salmon Dial. Yeah. So it's basically Patek versus Breitling. And is it crazy to say? That I think that Breitling did a better job? I think Breitling did a better job on this watch than Patek did. Because it's just crazy. I love it. I think it's really, I think this is like one of the nicer, like, I know they're expensive as hell. You know, they're like 14.9 grand US. But this is a really nice, it's more of an orangey, to be honest, than a pink. But it's just a really, really nice looking watch. Is that crazy to say? Saab 037 is pretty nice too. Yep, Saab 037. These are basically impossible to get. Oh, he's done a modded dial. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the earlier Saabs, like, people go crazy for them. We had a guy who was asking for this, and he's like, can you get it to me for the original MSRP? I was like, buddy, it's been 20 years, and it's been hyped all over Reddit. Like, this watch, you're not getting it for the original MSRP, bro. I'm sorry. Right? Unsure where the article is at the moment. I saw it in another group a while back. That is so nice, but my bank account wouldn't agree with me. Fears does a nice jump hour watch with a pinkish dial. Ooh. Ooh. I've had a lot of trouble sleeping recently. Come on. What's wrong with my internet? Yeah, I'm trying to think of some other pink dial watches. There's like a pink. It's like a pink dial AP. Yeah, this one is crazy for the ladies. This is grape AP perpetual. You guys know me. I love perpetual calendars. I think this one, actually, I tried this on the wrist, and this one's like 600k. But yeah, we were in Ginza filming a video, and then I'm like, oh, I got to try it on. for the Ginza vid. And then he meant to press the record button to record the wrist roll and record me trying on the wrist, but he didn't press the button, so he didn't record it. But this is a platinum perpetual calendar in salmon pink. It was limited to Indonesia. It was really good. It looks really good though. I don't think this website is gonna work. I think you mean this one here probably, right? This is a nice looking watch. I love the jump hour too. So it hits the top rung and then bink, goes straight over to 4. Goes around again, hits the top, bink, straight over to 5. Goes around, bink, straight over to 6. Very cool. Pink Dark Carrera. Let's take a look. Wow! That's a little too pink. Is it crazy to call this a mauve? Actually, is that even correct? No, it's not. Yeah. Is it crazy to call this a mauve? A mauve dial? The hour is actually big enough. That's important for a jump hour? Yeah. No, they did a great job on the... where is it? Was it on this one that I was looking at it? Yeah. No, it's good. It's a good idea they had a big, like... big hour thing, because yeah, a lot of the jump hours, you're right, they're quite small. Yeah, it looks nice. I wouldn't wear it. And they should have had him in a more mauve shirt. Mwah. Have you guys seen the I don't even know how to find it. It's like the TikTok clove trend. Maybe I'm not, you know, almost 32, but have you seen this? First off, I don't even play Valorant, but the clove trend is so funny to me. The clove trend in TikTok. It's by a the song's by a I'm pretty sure the story is his I mean the lyrics. It's a Thai rapper, obviously. It's yeah. Anyway, Breitling Top B101 Triumph chronograph. Ooh, I like that. I like this one. Damn, it's a nice looking watch. It's very funky, you know. This is not like an everyday kind of watch, but it's very cool. I love the like Tiffany, you know, Tiffany blue bracelet with the racing holes, and like the chrono, and it's got like the danger zone here, you know. If you're going above 220 kilometers an hour, you're in the danger zone, and if you're above 300, you're in the danger zone. You know what I mean? I may be too old for this meme, Cootie. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's an interesting one. What else do we see? How to find real thrifting in Japan? No, what was it? Took 7 years, but I made my first watch. Damn. I wanted to understand Hermes Kelly, so I made one. You can't fake this. That's a great title. I only watch videos that are really worth watching at the moment. I've watched a fair bit recently, but I've also obviously been watching a lot of RuneScape videos. Oh, the MRG ad. These MRGs are crazy though, but they have crazy prices too. But if you're like, there's a samurai sword one here. Damn. That's a crazy design. So here, I like it here in blue with this like textured bracelet. That one's not too bad, but this is like 550,000 yen. So, what do you think of the new Anicorn? Let's take a look. Which one specifically is the new one? Is it these Anicorn X Seekers? Is this one the Death Stranding 2 X Unicorn? What is even this? It's a ring watch? One-to-one replica of the iconic in-game item worn by Sam Porter, Bridges, and Fragile. The ringtone was crafted in collaboration with Hideo Kojima and Yoji Shinkawa. Translates a symbolic object from screen to reality required a completely new design approach, balancing artistic vision and functional form. 240 USD. Is this the one that you're talking about? I'll move out of the way so you guys can see it. It's a crazy looking watch. I'm just wondering how it functions, you know what I mean? I assume it's a quartz, right? But does it have like a special battery or something, or how did they do it? 2 days ago? Is this? Let me, while that's playing, Casino Nemesis. No, not Casino. Cassini Nemesis watch. Ooh, damn. Wait, it rotates around? Damn. What the hell? I actually haven't seen that when I was looking at Cassini. This is crazy. So yeah, it rotates this to get to like 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 or whatever. And so that's what it's pointing at, right? And then that's the minute hand, so that goes around as well. And then it's got a black PVD. It's a Japan movement. What movement did they put in this? It's a modified NH35. How the hell did they get that? Damn. Well, he's clearly done a lot of work to get the rotor, you know, custom rotor obviously, and then they changed out the, I forgot what it's called, the plate, and then the regulation arm. Yeah, I mean, it's a fair bit of work going into this. 650 USD is not crazy. Hour, minutes, seconds? Where's the seconds hand? Or does it just not have a seconds hand? Yeah, that's a crazy looking watch. They did a good job on this. I really like this. That's different from pretty much every other NH35 you see. 2-layer etchings, white Super Luminova, black dial ring with etching, etch the minutes track. Samurai brush, black painted hour, minutes, and seconds hand. I don't even see the seconds hand though. Am I crazy? Where's the seconds hand on this? Challenging design for sure, yeah. Sure, that rotates, right? Am I crazy? That whole thing rotates. They loomed it too. I want to see a video of it running, to be honest. Like, I assume they haven't done any videos yet. Let me see here. How does it run though? Oh, okay, it rotates the disc underneath. Okay, I thought this whole escapement rotated, but it rotates the disc underneath. But that's still really cool. That's still really cool though. Like the design is interesting. So yeah, the whole this whole thing is maybe a jump power, maybe rotating disc. So yeah, it's quite cool. Okay, they compared it to the Credor locomotive, which I think is a fair comparison. This Steve Papa, his cinematography is quite cool. Let me subscribe to him. He did a good job on this. Only 197 views. Damn. Oh. Yeah, here we go. Here we can see. Oh no, it does rotate the disc. Okay. Now I'm confusing myself. So, but you can't tell the seconds on it. It has a seconds hand, but the seconds hand is just this thing rotating. But it doesn't point to what the seconds is. So it's a useless seconds hand. Because yeah, you can see it's when he's got it like running. See here, you can see that middle disc is rotating. But it should have at least like it should have had a white indicator on it or something to point where the seconds is. But yeah, you can see it there moving. But so it does have a seconds hand, but it's a useless one. Yeah, I think it's a really cool design. I think on the case back they did a good job, you know, making an H35 actually look sexy as well. I love its like full black PVD across the board. And yeah, I love that they rotate this whole like giant hour and minutes hand. I think that's really cool. I think they did a great job on this. And 650 is not crazy for that. So a fair bit of work went into this. I've seen worse watches priced at double or triple that price. So lume seconds indicator would have been cool. Yeah, 100%. That's what I think. It's a cool watch. It's a very, very cool watch. They need to send us one so we can review it, and we'll send it back. Send us a review copy. Yeah, very, very cool. I like it a lot. Alrighty, what else? Yeah, any other watches you guys want me to talk about or review? Feel free to send them into the chat. I'll you know, happily look at any watch that you guys are interested in talking about. But so far, you guys have sent through a lot of cool watches. We also, what else did we list recently? We listed this one too. That just came off the I'm not very knowledgeable about Japanese trains, but apparently the Shinkansen just got retired, and they're doing this like a, you know, since it's been retired, they did a collab watch. It comes to in this crazy like box and with a card as well. It's a commemorative metal card. It's a special bonus owner's product, special design inscription commemorating the time of the 923 type Dr. Yellow Shinkansen. Quite cool. There's also, which one was it? These new, have you guys seen the Garrick watches? We just listed a bunch of these Garrick watches from Demon Slayer. Movie's just coming out soon. They've got one for each character. Here's the Tengen-sama has his own watch. They got this one here for Nezuko. Got ones here for Tanjiro. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie, or if you're gonna see that movie, or if you've watched this anime. This one here, Kokoro Moyase! This guy, right? Set your heart ablaze. I forgot his name. That's Rengoku. Rengoku-san! So yeah, these are pretty cool. Very excited for these. They're made in Kanazawa too. The process is crazy too. Like they do this gold leaf onto the dial in order to give it that effect. So like it's pretty impressive like dial work and stuff that they've done for this. I was quite impressed with it. And two on the back, you can see there, Miyota 8 series, I imagine. Is it 8 series? Yeah, A2. So pretty cool. It reminds me a bit of the Monaco Night Racer. Yeah, anything new from Suges? USA customers will still enjoy tax-free after May 2. Oh, wait, what? They do. They released the it kind of looks, it's almost exactly the same as that, what was it, a Tag Heuer that you linked with like the blue, is it mechanical chrono? Surely, right? I don't think these guys do quartz, do they? Yeah, mechanical chronograph, got it on the dial. So they do some interesting. Damn, Pepsi for $3.79. I mean, obviously they do these, you know, kilomages, but but they also have some original watches too, right? I feel like you kind of have to, like if you're a Chinese micro brand, you have to do like clomages to get noticed first, and then you can start doing like your own custom style watches too, you know. It's just how it is, unfortunately. Because yeah, I don't think this watch that I bought, this doesn't look like any other watch on the market. Like the closest you could maybe say is like a Lange Saxonia, like a Venturine or something like that. Not even. Yeah, maybe you could say like kind of looks like this, but not really at the same time, because it's like it's completely offset, the moon phase in the small seconds. And it does have a big date wheel, so I mean they're like slightly similar but not really. But yeah. Alright, what else do we... I thought we got some new releases from Orient Star, didn't we? Yeah, these ones just got announced like last week, or like 2 or so weeks ago, with this like star, I don't even know what to call it. It's like hyperspeed, like a warp speed dial. I saw this in the shop yesterday as well. This is quite nice. Look at that movement too. Yeah, even though they're a sub-brand under Seiko, they what's the difference between the 7B and the 8B? They look exactly the same as me. Yeah, they're their own company, right? They do their own movement making and stuff like that. So you know, they did a good job on it. Oh, get me back to Orient Star. There was something else. Yeah, this one too. This one too is new with this, like, I don't know what to even call it. A hammered dial? Embossed pattern inspired by the Perseid meteor shower using optical multi-layer film technology, characterized by a design in which the colors and patterns change beautifully depending on the viewing angle. I agree with that. The date at the 3 o'clock position, power reserve at the 12. These dials are made at the dial plate workshop of Tokino Takuma Kobo, which is based in Shiojiri, Shinsu. In a movie. Shows the movie. Damn. Damn. It's quite nice. What about this standard range Orients? Do they have anything new for us? I just want to see the standard Orients. Oh, wait, what the hell? Is this out now? Chronometer, new Orient Star. These are the old ones, right? Orient since 1950. Orient Star since 1951. Interesting. Oh, it's a reissue of the King Diver. Damn. Are they coming out, or they've already come out? Oh, here we go. Finally, it's loaded. Ooh, when are these coming out? Or have they already come out? Japan 45,000. Okay. Limited 200,700 worldwide. The price of equivalent model in Japan is 45,000 yen. Weekly Orient Diver. Production discontinued. Damn. Although I prefer the left one anyway to the right one. I prefer it with the bracelet and case. Very, very cool. Yeah, we see a fair few of these in like the like vintage stores. I'm pretty sure Fire Kids have one of those. They have like a weekly here. This is the exact one. So I mean, they look very similar. They did a good job on making a pretty faithful reproduction of how it looked like. I got a green and a red version, quite cool. Hey from Australia, hey Kingsley Murphy, how are you going? Have you heard of Minase Japanese watches? I have. I don't think we've seen any in person though. You might need to go and take a look at those. Damn, Uruga. What the hell? It's just got announced recently and it's dropping in 25. Damn. I like the dial. I like the bracelet work too, and the case work. They did a good job on this. What's the price though? Tell me the damage. Doesn't look like they're gonna tell me the pricing. Let me chuck it into English for you guys. Ice blue dial and rubber model. Hit collections. Can you show us the Uruga? Yeah, they do a lot of the case work for other big brands. You know, when brands have like really nice, interesting case designs and stuff, a lot of it has come out of Minase, right? They've done it for them. Welcome in Varun Charang. The new Longines Legend Diver 300 is wow, beautiful. All right, let me take a look. White dial. Ooh, okay. I like it. Beads of rice bracelet too. Quite nice. Beautiful black and white. Very nice contrast on this. What's the price? How much do I got to pay for this bad boy? Price maybe 3,500. No micro adjust. Damn. It's nice. Don't get me wrong. Is it quartz or what's the movement on this? Longines L888.6 ETA base. Is this mechanical? Okay, it is. That's a .5. Yeah, I think this is the best of that range for sure. I like in white on stainless steel. Looks very, very good. Looks nice. Minase also does Urushi dials. Yeah. It's quite nice. Let's take a look. Damn. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at this too, that's crazy. This one's really, really nice. It's a Urushi Maki. It's just very, very different from like any watch out there. Like, I mean, the case is quite beautiful. They often do too. You can look through the side of the watch, through the case, which is crazy. It's like they usually have, sometimes they have like a window here you can see. Yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. This is like kind of similar to like Credol's Master Artisan Studio, you know what I mean? Like you see a lot of these like Urushi bowls in Japan. Like, yeah, with these kind of designs on it. If you go to a really fancy hotel or restaurant or something like that, they have these like really nice Japanese lacquer bowls and stuff like that. And we also have, we sell a really nice watch accessory here. We sell a really nice Aizu lacquerware, which is a similar, it's the same technique basically. They're all Urushi, but this one's specifically done in the Aizu prefecture. Oh, this is a 5 watch, sorry. Here's the 10 watch box. So, I mean, look at that. Isn't that crazy? You can store 10 watches, or you can get the smaller one for 5 watches. So if you love Urushi dials, why not get this lacquerware box, which is, that's really what urushi means. It's just urushi lacquerware, right? This is a very similar technique, Aizu lacquerware. We every time when you come to the meetups, we try and bring this box. If there's somebody who's interested in seeing it in person, we bring it to the meetup. And number one, the craziest thing, the smell. The smell of this is so nice. It's literally addictive. But obviously how it looks and everything too is crazy. I think it's just a beautiful, beautiful product. So yeah, check that out if you're interested. It has a micro adjust bracelet too, I guess in some versions, maybe. If you don't see micro adjust in the class, it's probably a toolless quick adjust at that price. Oh, maybe, yeah. Vulcane does some really attractive steel bracelet for the Skin Diver series. Let me take a look. Ooh. That's cool. Kind of looks like a 222 bracelet. They got a big beads of rice here too. I'm a big fan of, especially on Japanese watches, I really like beads of rice bracelets. I think they're really, really nice. But I do like this steel bracelet here. They did a good job on this. I like both of them. I think actually I like this one more, to be honest, on this watch. I'm super confused between White Longines Legend Diver or Tudor Black Bay 54. Which would you suggest? Oh, let me just get the stretch out. Beads of nice is nice, I'm sure. I'm liking the other. Yeah, I like this other bracelet a lot, especially for this watch. I prefer beads of rice though for some Japanese watches. But yeah, this is beautiful. There's a fair bit of work in that too, because they have to angle each link and then polish it and everything for the surfaces. Really, really nice. Yeah, Longines Legend Diver or Tudor Black Bay 54. Which color are you thinking for the Tudor Black Bay 54? Because this new one that just came out is insanely beautiful. Although I don't know, like how hard is it, especially too with the textured dial. I don't know. I know about the Rolex AD games, but does Tudor play the same AD games? Like, is it easy to just kind of go into Tudor and get what you want? You know, if I walked into Tudor and asked for this, like, could I get it within a couple of weeks or a couple of months or whatever? But yeah, the standard Black Bay 54, I think rubber bracelet is quite nice. I kind of think for Black Bay, for Tudor specifically, like there's better options for what to get. I think there's a Pelagos on a rubber bracelet, right? Am I crazy? Yeah, I tried out this titanium Pelagos on like the rubber bracelet. I don't know if he was third party or not on the rubber bracelet, but I think the titanium Pelagos is really, really nice. More so than the Black Bay. So in that case, I'd say maybe the Longines Diver the white Longines that you listed is better. I love how you look at Yuto with so much love in your eyes. Yeah, I love how, well, because he's so, I wouldn't call him my best Japanese friend because he's half Japanese, right? But in terms of the half Japanese that I know, he's my best half Japanese friend. Nah, just busting his balls. Yeah, I mean, you know, we spent a lot of time together. You know, we spent the whole like 3 days together with the trip on Osaka and Kyoto for all of our new videos that are coming out. So, you know, I enjoyed hanging out with him a lot. I'll show again the. Let me show you the preview a little bit of the Kuo video. Only a minute though.
We are the Japanese Factory, and on this channel, we dive deep into the world of Japanese watches.
Speaking of, by the way, this Seiko here, this one here with the white gold case, It's crazy. I love it. It's ladies technically, but it's not that small. I think it'll be like a 33mm dial. I would wear that. And this LM is really beautiful too. Fire Kids always have great stock. Anyway.
Japanese watches. From where to find them, to watch guides, to asking strangers on the street about what they're wearing, we cover it all. But for this episode, we came to Kyoto for one reason. Cool.
Damn.
And not only did we visit their flagship store, we also had a chance to sit down with the CEO of Cool, who...
So yeah, we basically spent 3 days in Kyoto and Osaka to film a bunch of videos. This is one of the videos. This one's dropping on Friday, 8:30 p.m. JST. If you're a Patreon or a YouTube member, you should be able to watch it earlier tomorrow. But yeah, we spent 3 days together in Osaka. We had a great time, you know. You know, they say if you want to know if you're really friends with somebody, you should try and travel with them. But yeah, we traveled together. We had a great time, and you know, we were still good friends afterwards, and still, you know, working together on this project. So yeah, no, he's a really good business partner and friend. I honestly could not have wished for a better business partner, like coming into this, and a better like on-camera co-host. So yeah, super happy to have him around. The new Pelagos Ultra looks really good. Pelagos Ultra. This Ultra's a titanium too, right? But they go 1,000 meters of water resistance. Yeah, I think Tudor's like, if you want to get like a really nice Swiss watch without having to play all of these like waitlist games with, you know, Rolex, and like you want all of the Rolex quality without the price markup and all this other bullshit, I think these Tudors are awesome, right? Because I went to the Rolex store the other day just to see what they had, and the only two things they had were like a 36 smooth bezel, like Datejust. It wasn't even a nice one. It was like this. I was like, oh, okay. And then it was like a 41 champagne two-tone Datejust. Like don't get me wrong, this is a nice watch too, but it's like it's nothing special. And they want like 2.2 mil again for this now, which is like yeah, like 2.36. What's that in like? It's like 15k USD. It's just kind of crazy. I was like, you're kidding. I can get a really nice used one for like 1.2 million yen. Not this new one, but like a generation back or so for like less than half of the price. So it's just crazy. They have all this stuff on display, but there's nothing you can actually buy really that's like worth buying, you know. Love your videos. Love from India. Welcome in Lifelong Wisdom. I'd love to have you. Thank you for your nice comment. Appreciate it. Tudor Black Dial Gold Text. Not a fan of the new Tiffany. Tudor Black Bay 54 Gold Text. Yeah, I think this gold text one is really nice. This is probably one of the nicer Tudors, I'd say. It's like a little understated, but then the gold helps it pop. I'm getting my cool Old Smith bronze with red strap today. Hell yeah. That's a good choice. Cool Old Smith bronze. Take us to the actual... Yeah, this one here. Look at that. Isn't that... Hold on. Load. I liked your video on the Grand Quartz, King Quartz. Good educational video. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. That was a good video. I enjoyed filming it. I got the King Quartz in the background as well. Mainly because I don't want you guys to see my shitty share house apartment. Or the room in a share house, you know. Okay, it looks like it's not gonna load well. I assume you got this one on the red stripe. That's a beautiful watch. Damn. It's a nice strap too. So yeah, keep an eye out M3 tomorrow for our video dropping on the cool interview with the CEO. I think you'll really enjoy that. Which Seiko should I go for under... finish that sentence, Justin Bieber, and I'll... Oh, you got the brown dial version. Ah, brown dial with the red strap. Damn. They dropped a 38mm one here. It's interesting. They also had some new releases. I don't know if you guys saw that. These ones here, the 006 Breguet numerals, and they got a few different colorways. So they got ones here in like green, a little light blue. There's some green and gold. Very nice. And then they got like this like salmon pink one, which is quite nice. And they got like a kind of Tiffany blue, but not really. It's like, it's more of like a pastel blue than a Tiffany blue, I'd say. This one's really nice. So yeah, these ones just dropped. When we were there in the store, they're like, you can film these, but don't release the video until like next week or the week after or whatever. I was like to him, don't worry, bro. There's no way we're getting this video edited until like a month later. I'm like, we can't move that fast, man. We can't like get back from the trip, you know, unpack all of our stuff and finish the video in like a day and a half. So that was quite funny. But yeah. What Seiko should I get for under 500? Ooh. For 500 US dollary dues, unfortunately I can kind of only show you the ones that like... Can I set this so it's... Yeah, there we go. Why is it going that way? I'll put on the cheap ones. 500 US you could get... Let me keep scrolling down. Some of the next on the cheaper side might... I'm just not sure because of the US MSRP, you know what I mean? Yeah, these Presages are kind of out of your budget, right? The Sarks 125 and stuff. I think some of the... If you can find some of the Cocktail Time watches, I think these Cocktail Time watches under 500 are really good. I have we have one here. This one's selling under 500. Where is it? It's a Mojito. Maybe I'll show you on the website instead. This one's been discontinued for a while, but I think it's really, really good. Let me go by Seiko, all Seiko watches. If you have a fair few watches you can buy for under 500. If you can stretch a little bit, some of these collab watches are really good. Let me sort by price, low to high. These metronome, I think these metronome watches are quite cool, and they have a little funky like complication, you know, metronome. These Seiko selections for like 200 are quite nice. They're made in Japan too. That's one of the big advantages of these Seiko selections compared to some of the other watches that aren't made in Japan. Seiko watches under 73k yen. But yeah, these Seiko selections they are quite nice. We sell, and we sell a lot of these metronomes, which I think are quite nice. And then this one here, the one that I just showed, the Cocktail Time, for 450. I think it's a pretty nice watch. This one's designed off of Mojito, the drink. Oh crap! I'm not showing the screen. These ones are designed off of the Mojito, like the alcoholic drink. But they've been discontinued for a while, but we have one for sale here. It's got like this green kind of textured, triangular, whirlpool-ish dial in green and gold, which is quite nice. But we sell a lot of these too. I'll show you these Seiko. Where are they? Let me go back a page. We sell a lot of these metronome watches. So it has like a really interesting complication where it can like become a metronome. And then the Seiko selection that we sell too are quite nice. These ones, like I said, made in Japan. Very, very nice. A lot of the other Seikos are maybe either cased in China or Malaysia or whatever. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But if you want something like made in Japan, these I think are quite nice for 200. So, you know, a lot cheaper than some of the other models. And then we sold this Seiko LM for under, this one was $450. So if you're looking for something a little more vintage, I think some of these LMs and stuff like that, we can certainly source you one for a budget of $500. And you get a nice, you know, mechanical vintage watch. You get either English day wheel or kanji day wheel together. Evening Ricky, how are you doing? Welcome in. But yeah, some of these other collab watches are under 500. So some of them are at 500. I think this Reverso for 500 is really cool. You're basically getting two watches in the price of one. Yeah, this King Quartz, which is really nice too, for 500. This one here, it's got like a washi paper dial kind of, and then it's got like a hammer finished bracelet here. You know, I think that's a good watch as well. And then what was the other one that I just saw earlier? This Super Dimension Macross is kind of cool. You can see there. I don't know if you don't have to be a fan of the anime to be interested in it, because I think design-wise it's pretty cool in general. We got this Credor as well. 350 is a nice quartz Credor, octagonal kind of case. You know, it's probably one of the cheaper Credors you can get into price-wise. Not that that's a bad thing. Credor's a great watch, but you know, this one we just managed to price it very aggressively at $350. Do you think vintage Credor tanks are nice? I love vintage Credor. I think we sold. I think we've got one of these, or I'm pretty sure we got one of. Yeah, we got one like this. Well, we're selling it for a lot less than 1.6 grand US is crazy. I think that one though, I need to get the bracelet fixed, but I think these are great watches too. Like if you can get them, you know, under 800, I think they're really, really good. But this is kind of a crazy price for this. This is a crazy price for this too. And this guy's kind of out of his mind wanting 2 grand for this. All of these are kind of crazily priced. Ooh, this guy's selling. Wait, what? Ooh, what the hell? He's repainted the dial. And that's not the original bracelet either. It's clearly been polished too. Like a while ago. What the hell? Okay, that's I mean, that's an eBay special for sure. Cody, I love your watch interviews. Please keep that going on. Yeah, I mean, usually Yuta's the interviewer. I don't know. I did 1 or 2 interviews, but I did do a Japanese interview. I was kind of expecting it was going to perform better than it did, but it didn't really do that well. I feel like Yuta's a much better interviewer than me. I mean, he has a lot more experience, but I can't remember which video it was. It was one of our first meetups, like down. That was 3 months ago? Damn. Okay. Yeah, there's this one here. I interviewed a guy in Japanese. It's a wide dial repainted black. Yeah, I know. That's what I was like. It's a minefield out there buying vintage. Yeah, I mean that's why, especially for vintage, like you really want to buy the seller, not the watch, right? Because I mean, at least he's written on there that it's a like a repainted dial. So, where was it that I did the interview? I did it here. Let me pause the music so we can hear it.
You're a Bulova fan then? Well, not really. It's actually I also own the.
This guy's really cool. Actually, he came to our meetup last month, and he's coming to the meetup this month. Unless if he cancels, like on the meetup, he said he's coming. So excited to see him again.
どんな時計をしてるんでしょうか。
この IWC の時計をしています。
おお、はいはい。なぜこの時計を選びましたと教えていただけますか。
これはですね、もっと安い時計をしてたんですけども、はい、うちのワイフ、妻がヒステリーを起こして、はい、その時計を、バルコニーから投げてしまって壊れてしまう。投げたの？やべえ。ですごい高い時計だったって言って、はい、嘘ついて、次の月に買ってもらった。
ああ、はい。ということは、まあこの動画は見ない方がいいですね。はい、わかりました。今日は何の腕時計つけてますか？はい。
Yeah, that's actually the owner of the bar who lets us like run the event at his place. He's a really nice guy too. I appreciate that he lets us like host at his bar. That's true. That's what they say, and it's true. Buy the seller, yeah. Lots of vintage King Seikos on eBay are often redialed. The model on the dial doesn't match what they're selling. Caseback is different. Yeah. I mean, look, the other thing too is like when there's a profit incentive to do it, like it makes more and more sense for them to do something like that compared to like not doing it, right? So, you know, these vintage King Seikos now, because the price has kind of gone up, like there's a lot more profit incentive for them to redial them and stuff like that. And that's why a lot of these older vintage Rolexes can be minefields too, right? Because, you know, the profit incentive there is massive, you know. If they redial or change on like some different parts or whatever, you know, they're not just making like $200, $300, $400. They're making like $5-10 grand, etc. So it's just a bit of a minefield, and that's why I really like Japanese like in-store experiences. A lot of these vintage retailers, they're very, very specific. They make sure everything is good and correct, you know, and they're quite open about the quality and stuff like that. Never heard of HMT, the India's iconic heritage watches with cool mechanical movements. Seriously, try one for your channel. We did see a HMT in the flea market video. Which one was it? This one here had a HMT on it. Where was it? This one here was crazy. I still don't get why this guy turned up to the flea market with a solid gold case Grand Seiko for like 650,000 yen. It's not a bad price too, but like if we want to buy that, we have to like go all the way to like the ATM. I don't even think I can pull out 650,000 yen in one transaction, right? So I don't know how like he's expecting to sell that. But yeah, there was a HMT somewhere in this video. I think it was this guy here. I think, was this a HMT? Is this on the HMT? I can't remember. But yeah, I don't know too much about HMT. I mean, I do know of them, but I don't know too much about them because we just don't see a lot of them in Japan, right? It's pretty much almost entirely Japanese and Swiss, and generally speaking, only expensive Swiss like Rolex, you know, Patek, AP, stuff like that, right? At these flea markets, they have some other Swiss brands and stuff like that. First time to watch the live stream. I actually enjoy like the thrift store challenge videos. Fan from Instagram. Oh yeah, thank you, Nicole. Welcome in. Pleasure to have you in the stream. And yeah, I think you know, in terms of our videos, like the thrifting challenges are really, really popular, right? If you look at our most popular videos, it's like our early street interviews. I don't know why this one specifically has like went so crazily viral. And why this one went so crazily viral too. Like, why does this one have 500k, this one has 270k? And like our recent ones, we have a few that hit 100k, but most of the stream interviews are like 10, 20, maybe 40k, 50k max. So I don't know what we're doing wrong in our latest videos and what we were doing so right in this video to make it so popular comparatively. But yeah, you see here like the flea market 244k, flea market 113k, and like this watch hunting one is, this song is trash. I'm skipping this one. So yeah, I just don't know like why these two are so popular. But this one I get it because this one had this watch interview with this guy. He was really cool. We enjoyed talking to him. That's Max too. So if you buy something from us, it all gets shipped out by Max. So yeah, he's the guy behind the scenes. I think he did 1 or 2 interviews this day, and no more. But yeah, this. Oh gosh, why am I getting added? This interview that had the Citizen like smart strap on it, that went crazy viral too on Instagram because it was like just something people have never really seen, right? So it's got the Sony Wayner, you see that? The Sony Wayner 3 Smart Band. So that I know why this video went viral, but I still don't get why these 2 videos went super viral. That doesn't make sense. Not even a watch enthusiast, but I'm liking the stories behind a man's watch. Yeah, that's what we're trying to go for, right? You know, a little bit of watch stuff, but also just, you know, kind of asking people what are they doing in Japan, because we get interesting stories like, you know, where they're going. Sometimes they give recommendations of places to go and see, you know, stuff like that, right? And you just hear some interesting stories and some interesting perspectives and opinions too, which is quite nice. I'd go to a reputable dealer and get the benefit of their experience and knowledge, unless I'm looking for something really specific and know exactly what to look for myself. Yeah, exactly. Like some of these, like I'll show you this. What is it? These guys, Eguchi, like vintage dealer. We haven't done a video that's mentioned them yet, but we definitely want to go there sometime soon. But like, look at this. They've got like a King Midas, you know, with original bracelet, lapis lazuli dial, and you know, they're really good at like all of these vintage watches, right? They know exactly what they're looking for. Harsh, Teddy published an article on HMT and Indian watches today. Yeah, I mean, we'd love to get more into it. Just we don't see them that much in Japan, right? Like, if you think about Japan geographically, you know, obviously there's a lot of Japanese watches here, and then there's like expensive Swiss watches because, you know, people just want to buy expensive Swiss watches, right, for various reasons. But like a lot of them just don't get shipped from India to Japan, and I don't think there's ever been a retailer like a HMT or other Indian watch retailer that has a store in Japan, so we're just not exposed to it here. In Australia, videos don't go viral, they go feral. Yeah, well, the Sydney video did okay-ish. This one here, 29k, so it did pretty well. Yeah. It's, like this video did pretty decent. Also had this interesting AP. Yeah. There's an interesting story about this one. Okay then. It's funny too because funny story about this watch. I came up to this guy and I'm like, "Hey, that's a really nice watch, man." And he goes, "Oh yeah." And I'm like, you know, I actually run like a YouTube channel where I ask people like, what watch are they wearing? You know, what are they doing today in Sydney? Blah blah blah. And he goes, "Well, I'll tell you right now, mate, it's a fakie." So he told me straight up, like immediately. But it still is a fun guy to interview, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, we didn't have the like wind muff on top of the microphone, so it was so, and it was right near the water, and it was so windy that day. So this is like the first microphone where you got this like 2 of them for like $40 US. So the microphone quality was not as good as our DJIs now. So it was just completely unusable, the footage. We only could use like the first half of it. So yeah, it was just completely good. I like in the Sydney video how he has his yacht parked out the back. Yeah, this guy's so funny. Yeah, this one. Yeah, hold on, let me pause the music. This guy was just taking the piss. Let me get his whole interview.
What watch are you wearing?
Yes, this is a Rolex Yachtmaster. It's one of my pieces.
Awesome, awesome. So where did you get it, if you don't mind asking?
I got it in Thailand. It was a very good deal. I got it checked out. It's definitely real, just in case anyone was wondering.
Sure, I mean, I'd never, you know, doubt the claims. But yeah, no, it looks beautiful. How long ago did you get it?
About 3 years ago now.
Okay, nice, nice. Is it your kind of everyday, or you know, you mix it up a little bit with some other pieces?
Yeah, well, I usually have one for every day of the week. So this is usually what I bring on Friday, because today's Friday with the barbecue. I brought it out.
Are you excited for the barbecue? What kind of meat are you most excited for?
Well, I brought some prawns, or as people know, shrimps on the barbie. And yeah, I cooked that up, and so it should be ready very soon.
We're here today on a love.
Yeah, that's so funny. That one was so funny. Yeah, he's got the yacht parked out the back. Funny guy. Let me put back on the music. What was I gonna say too? Oh yeah, I shaved the sideburns. How does that? Hold on, let me take off my headset and go full camera. Well, unfortunately, my hair's kind of ass. But how does that look? Is this good? Should I keep this? Like I'm just cut it from here, you know, nice and. I don't really want the sideburns, you know what I mean? I might even go higher, to be honest. Is that crazy to say? The camera being reversed is kind of throwing me. Should I go higher up here, shave this off as well? Definitely a real watch that allow any dates that may exist, yeah. Yeah, exactly. The new Zenith ceramic looks great. I'm pretty sure we saw that in person. Oh no, we didn't see this one in person, but yeah, I love it. I love all the. I don't like the blue one. I'm not a fan of the blue one at all. I think the blue ceramic. I don't know. I'm just not a fan. Where was it? Hands on with the. Yeah, in blue. I don't know. It's just throwing me off. But yeah, white ceramic, oh man. Black ceramic, man. That's amazing. I love that a lot. Just go bold, dog. Hey, Devrad Agawal, welcome in. Pleasure to have you in here. I'll be in Tokyo by year end to celebrate New Year's. Excited to get a watch in Ginza once I get my travel visa approved. Fan of your work and genuine interviews that you do, man. Hey, well, Nicole, if you're like around when we're having a meetup, you know, we'd love to have you come in. And you know, maybe do an interview or just enjoy the meetup itself as well. You know, always a pleasure to talk to watch fans, especially if they're watch fans of our channel too. Seiko SNXXJ90. I think I know this watch already. Yeah, isn't this the? It's like it looks like a Datejust, but is this the one that Patrick Bateman was wearing, the American Psycho? Yeah, it's the same. The same one, Patrick Bateman. Well, in the books, the American Psycho wears a Rolex, but in the movie, they changed it out to this because Rolex said, absolutely no way you're gonna film our watch with a psychopath, which is funny because I feel like Rolex owners has a higher chance of being a psychopath, right? Is that crazy to say? Am I wrong for that take? Surely not, right? Mess have retracted. What? I can't see what you actually typed there, Nicole. I don't know what happened. I think YouTube cut it out for some reason. Girard Perrex. That's a correct pronunciation. Girardi Perregao. The Laureato Bamiford. Yeah, it's a nice looking watch. Damn. Okay, I'm not as big of a fan of it on this kind of strap. I do like it in the ceramic bracelet. This is really nice though. What's the price on one of these bad boys? Don't tell me 30k. As long as it's under a couple grand. What's the price? Auction sold? What's the price? Come on. 15? Okay, that's a... Huh? That's the wrong one. What's the price? Okay, it's 10,300 Great British Pounds, which is a lot of money, but not an insane amount for a, like, crazy GP limited. 12k on the ceramic bracelet. They're probably worth more now. Oh my god! Wow. Look at that case back movement. Damn. Okay, I like that. It's smart too that they did the spring bar thing, like out of stainless instead of ceramic, because it's just gonna, if you do it out of ceramic, it's probably gonna crack. It's very smart they did that. Yeah, I've seen some of the listings on Jack Road and Betty and found a heavily discounted watch. Is it genuine or something fishy? No, they're genuine. Jack Road and Betty would not get caught selling. Would not get caught selling a fake. Like, they take authentication very, very seriously. There's 0% chance that Jack Road and Betty would sell a fake. I would say psychopaths are probably overrepresented among Rolex owners. Is it really true? I don't know, but it feels true. 100%. That being said, I've met a lot of, you know, Rolex owners that are really nice people, including myself, right? I'm not a psychopath, right? Guys, hello? Is this thing working? Hello? I'm not a psychopath, right? Regarding Indian watch brands, Tartan, founded in 1984, holds a particular distinction as my personal favorite. I recommend them for your consideration. We saw someone who linked us this, and we're looking at some of their watches. I don't know which one specifically they linked. I'm gonna try and find it, but there's some really nice ones. Definitely. Ragaba Titan and cocktails. Damn. Then these are quite nice for a ladies' watch, you know. She's beautiful. She's got to be an actress or something, right? Who is this? Lord Byron? Is that her name? I don't know if that's I don't know if that's her. She's got to be like a Bollywood actress or something, right? Yeah, it looked quite fancy. I like it a lot. Anyway, let's look at some of the men's watches. Interesting. I like the open date wheel. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. The one that I saw the other day, I'm trying to find it, but I can't find it. That one was quite nice, but it seems like they sell a lot of cheaper watches as well. Okay, is there a way to put this in USD? But they have some decent designs. Doesn't know Byron? Yeah, that's an actress. Interesting. Psychopaths are usually not dangerous anyway, true. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. And right now you can save £50 per person. That's £200 for a family of 4. Streaming you guys from a rainy Southeast Asia. Curious though, how do you scout the potential watch enthusiast who gets to be featured on your videos? Do you ask prior to interviewing anyone? Yeah, so obviously for the meetup videos, it's people who come to our meetup, so they're generally okay with being interviewed. And we just try and ask people, you know, like we just ask whoever has like some interesting watches, or whoever has time, or whoever wants to be interviewed, right? If they specifically ask us, like, hey, can I be interviewed? Then we try and get them, right? Because you know, during the meetups too, we can be quite busy, like trying to talk to everybody, make sure they feel, you know, welcome at the meetup, etc. So you know, we can kind of run out of time to interview all of the people who want to be interviewed. So people who let us know, you know, generally get priority, especially if they're like on a holiday or something, where, you know, we won't be able to see them next month or whatever. We'll try and interview them first. But on the street, it literally takes hours, man. Me and Yuta, we just literally walk around, we just spot people wearing watches, and then we start talking to them. And so we just ask them, I just say to them like, hey man, that's a really nice watch, or I say in Japanese, いい時計をしてますよね. Like, you know, you're wearing a nice watch. And then we just have a little conversation, and we say, you know, actually me and my friend, we run a YouTube channel together, you know, about watches. Do you have a few minutes? We'd love to interview you about your watch, ask you a few questions. And sometimes they might say, oh, I don't really know much about watches. We just say, that's fine, it's just very simple questions, you know, nothing difficult. Nothing is better than steak. Hamburger is better than nothing. Hamburger is better than steak. Early lesson in logic. What does that mean? It's been raining in Manila. I want to go to Manila. I've never been to the Philippines. I want to try. A lot of my co-workers are Filipino, and so I've tried some. Like they take them into like some Filipino restaurants in Japan that they say are pretty authentic, but you know the best they can do is like 80-85% authentic. You know what I mean? We tried out some lumpia. Tried out some other Filipino food, which is pretty good. I'd like to try some Jollibee as well. See if the hype is justified or not. Nebula or Titan Edge. Let me take a look at the Nebula series. Are they men's ones too? Damn, they got them in 18 karat. Damn. 18 karat gold. Ooh. Oh, this one's interesting. Damn. It's a crazy design. Nice, very nice. I love your channel. Keep making such videos. AS Jao, welcome in. Pleasure to have you in. And yeah, we plan to keep making videos. You know, also too, like if you let us know either via Discord, Instagram, or even in comments, like what kind of videos you want to see as well. You know, we'll try and branch out and do content that you guys like. Trying to drag Kuri and Yuta to Mandaluyong to eat balut. Balut? What is that? Balut food? What the hell? It's like an egg with a chicken inside. I don't know about that one. We'll see. We might have to try it. If we do, I mean, we want to try it. Maybe not this year, but we're trying to get to Thailand. Not Thailand. Maybe Thailand. But we want to do Malaysia and then maybe Singapore and try and film videos on that trip. Who knows? We might even do a longer trip and just try and knock out like or a bunch of different. Well, let me look on the maps. Because what's close by? Because I know we can get from like Malaysia to Singapore quite easily. So we could try and knock out like, who knows? Maybe we fly into Singapore. We do Singapore stuff first, then do Malaysia stuff, then do Thailand. And then yeah, I wouldn't be. We might be able to do like a three country and then fly back. Like I don't know, fly in Singapore or Malaysia, knock out the other one, hit up Thailand, and then fly back. But it would be like we'd probably do 9 days because I can take like 5 days off for summer trip, but we'll see. Fertilized duck embryo, balut. Yeah, I don't know about that. Although you guys do, have you guys heard of chorching? This is a nice type of yakitori. This is a delicacy, yakitori in Japan. Not every yakitori store does this. It's only the nice places. But I highly, highly recommend this. It's like, I'm pretty sure it's like a chicken ovary, if that makes sense. And you bite into it and it like drops out like the egg. But it's like a really creamy, like, it's delicious. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just really, really good. But yeah, not every place does it, and it's obviously it's not like a, you know, $1 US. Like it'll be like $4 or $5 kind of, or like maybe $10 for 2 sticks. Asia Turi, Kuri gonna come back, gonna bring back another baddie. I when we come to Malaysia, simply you should hang out with us as well, and you can meet our Malaysian business partner Karat. So she in the chat, aka Kat lives in Malaysia as well. So yeah, we can. I'll take you out. You know, we'll have another dinner together. It'll be nice. If you like yakitori, then Philippines chicken inasal is where it's at. Let's take a look at this. Ooh, Yeah, I would destroy something like this. Yeah, I would absolutely destroy something like this. It's not even funny. I had Peking duck in when I was in Taiwan. That was pretty good too. I had a bunch of food in Taiwan. Taiwan street food. I had a lot of street food while I was there. Stinky tofu, like this, like pork crackling, like Taiwanese crackling pork. Oh Jesus, crackling pork. Yeah, this stuff is insane. When they hang it from like the hooks on the street food, oh my gosh, it's. I could have eaten like 50 of those, and I was getting like, you know, real fruit, like massive smoothie for like $2-3 US, even not even that. Like for us as watch enthusiasts, it's really interesting to find more people like us who love watches and those who collect and admire unique timepieces. There are very few YouTubers with such content. Yeah, I think like a lot of YouTubers tend to gravitate more towards like Swiss watches or more expensive watches or whatever. A lot of them aren't as interested in Japanese vintage. So I think we have like a really interesting you know, niche where we can talk about Japanese vintage and Japanese like specific releases and stuff. Keda, what's that? Now a tandoori chicken. Kelantan. I'm closer to Thailand and to KL. Yeah, I heard about that. Like KFC in a carrying case. Have you tried any Indian food yet? I had Indian food last night actually. Let me see. I'm pretty sure. Oh man, I might have to scroll up a bit to get it. Let me see if I. Oh no. No. Google Photos. I mean, it wasn't anything crazy. It was just chicken and naan. So it's not like I had any sort of crazy like Indian food, but it was. I mean, it's still tasty. I do like Indian food. I like that it's spicy. That's a good thing. Hold on, I'm on the wrong account. It should be this one here. Yeah, here we go. And take a look at that. That was last night. Like garlic cheese naan, and then spicy mutton. It was almost too spicy, and like they have 5 spice levels, so it's like not spicy at all, a little spicy, medium spicy, quite spicy, and then very spicy. And so I got 4 out of 5, and that was pretty good. But if I got 5 out of 5, I would have been struggling. It was rough, but I had a little salad, a little chicken tikka masala as well. I got this for like $12 US all up, including mango lassi drink, which is quite nice. So pretty tasty. Show them my dinner. Can you send it again? Because the problem is I have to scroll up. Like we talk a ton in our business chat, so it's gone by now. You know what I mean? Let me put the music back on here. So yeah, I haven't seen it for a while. Pope Francis wore a swatch. Let's take a look. Pope Francis watch. Yeah, I mean it's, you know, it makes sense, right? Like one of the big things I guess in Christianity is not like, you know, flexing. So it makes sense that the Pope, you know, what is it, one knot, cover knot, that kind of stuff. I don't know. Anyway, but swatch is not a bad watch. There's a lot of nice swatches. Here, this is what Kat had for dinner yesterday. She was linking through into the business chat. That looks delicious too. I imagine you put the chicken into the wrap, you squeeze on the lemon, and then you put the sauces in. Or do you just tear off and eat some of the wrap with the chicken, like in one mouthful? Wonder what Pope Leo wears now? Yeah, I wonder too. Yeah, some of these Presages cocktail times under 500 are quite nice. I prefer the older ones though. But like this one here is 71.5. This is I think it's a Japan limited model. Oh no, it's not. It's 9,000 worldwide, 500 Japan. But yeah, this is a nice watch for under 500 US. For the guy who was asking about sub 500 US. Kind of looks like a Monster Hunter watch. There's no hard and fast rule with Indian food. I enjoyed Nico's video about awful prosperity gospel preachers wearing expensive watches, flying around in private jets, etc. I agree. Yeah, I really don't like seeing, you know. I mean, I'm not a religious person, but I agree. You know, their money, the money that those prosperity gospel like preachers earn is directly from their fans, right? You know, like donations. Sorry, they get money from church donations. So, you know, spending that money on you know, these expensive ass watches, it just rubs me really the wrong way. Like I really don't like when I see that. Hey, check out a beautiful watch from an Indian micro brand named DWC. The watch is DWC Everest 3 Sunset Edition. Let me take a look. Okay, how many? This is luck, right? Indian rupee. This is 8 or 9 luck. 9 luck to USD. No, okay, it's not. No, 9,000 RS to USD. It's about $100. Okay, wow. Well, for $100. Okay, I love this one with the gradient. The black is okay. Actually, the black is quite nice. The blue is okay. The like salmon one is okay, but this sunset gradient one is really nice. Do they have a nice photo? Oh, look, for $100, that's a crazy. What's the movement in this? NH35A. Damn. This is better than most sub $400 Seikos. Is that crazy to say? Yeah, I really like this sunset gradient one. They did a great job on this. And the black one too is really nice because of the hour markers. It creates a nice like what is it called? Created a really nice contrast between it. Yeah, it's really nice. Look, for $100, you can't complain. Did he actually? He went to Everest with the watch? Wow. I'm surprised that it was still running, like, in a place that cold. Because NH35 isn't like a crazy movement. Yeah, I mean, it looks really, really good for $100. Really, can't complain at all. That's a red flag. If your preacher wears a gold Rolex or some friggin' thing. Yeah, I mean, they shouldn't, you know, they shouldn't really ever be doing that. Look, some preachers work, they're not just working in the church. So some of them will work their main job, or they might work like a part-time or have some kind of business, and then they preach. Like, I mean, I grew up in a Christian household, so, you know, we went to a lot of different churches, and some of my preachers were business owners who, you know, also were working for the church. And they had, you know, some nice watches, nothing crazy, they just here or there. But that was all from their main business, you know, they never touched church funds for that. But yeah, if you're only a preacher, then, and you have that like crazy watch, it just rubs me the wrong way, because it's like, dude, I donated, you know, for the good of the church, not for the good of the preacher, right? I have this one, really, I get praises and I love it so much. Yeah, I mean, it looks, it's a nice watch, man. It's a nice watch, and $100 is a really good price. I like my neighbor, sweet old lady whose church does good stuff in the community. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's what it's about, right? Speaking of Filipino watch, take a look at Nara watch. So, ooh, wooden watches. Okay, this reminds me of Cat. You know the watch I'm talking about, the Japanese one that has like nods. Yeah, I mean, it's nice, you know. Wood is a sustainable material, first and foremost, right? So that's a good thing. Yeah, these are nice. Ooh, it's a soda light one. How much is 3,190 PHP to USD? 56? Damn, okay. That's a really nice watch at 56. Wow. Sodalite dial. Lead, wood, and black here. Yeah, I mean, can't complain having a sodalite or like a green marble dial for like 59. This reminds me of if you've seen Noz, like I don't think anyone's really seen this. It might only be me. But they have some ones here that it's the same thing. They do wooden cases, and then they have quartz ones, and they have like they have ones that are double movement as well, so they're quartz and mechanical, which is strange, but it is what it is. But they do very similar, like wooden watches with like these stone dials in there. So, but these ones are a fair bit more expensive. They're not like $50 US. They're like, you know, 200 to 500. Where you can see, is this a sodalite? No, this is what is it? Lapis lazuli, yeah. But they do have sodalite ones, and then yeah, green apphite, ebony, that kind of stuff. It's quite nice. Feels like wood would break easily. Yeah, I kind of want to talk to them and just say like, hey, like, if you want to do black, instead of doing black wood, why not do like a black PVD, right? Or like make some stainless steel models, because I feel like some stainless steel or titanium or something like that would maybe sell like crazy, you know what I mean? They got pocket watches too. I think the wood one is fine for pocket watch because it just sits in your pocket most of the time. But yeah, having a wooden case, I don't know. It'll just get chunded over time, right? It's just going to get banged around, so you're just going to have these massive dents in your wood. It's, it just doesn't seem to me like what and you get discoloration when you wash your hands or something. They'd be fine if the logo doesn't take up the whole dial. Yeah, that too. This like the N, the Z, and then the O on the outer ring to make the Noz is kind of crazy. You can see it's a double movement quartz, and I don't really get the whole double movement stuff too, right? Like, I'm not really sure what the advantage is of doing a double movement. So you can see here it says double movement model, so it's got a mechanical and a quartz. But I don't get why you would do that, you know what I mean? But it is a Swiss movement. Let me see. So what's about the double movement? But yeah, they're all certified, you know, stones. And I mean, I'd love to talk to these guys, but I don't know. They just don't seem ready to. I think they're showing that it's really light. That box is quite nice too, but yeah, what is the double movement like thing about? Is there something they explain about the double movement? I don't think they do. Two movements is another unattractive feature. Yeah, I don't get what they're doing that for. I get that they want it to be quartz and mechanical, but like why? You know what I mean? Sequent makes a really cool hybrid watch, self-charging. Let's take a look at those bad boys. Swiss automatic smartwatch? What the hell? We invented the first smartwatch powered by an in-house autonomous automatic caliber. Converts your motion into electricity through gravity. The fresh new concept provides virtual... Oh, let me get my drink. I've had this drink sitting here while I've been thirsty for like an hour. I'm a donut. Infinite power autonomy as long as you regularly wear it and move actively. Once this power cell, the initial power cell is fully charged, it gives you a standby time of more than a year. God damn, I spilt a little bit. I mean, that's cool, but like, I don't think standby time is really what the problem is with smartwatches. The problem with smartwatches is that they run out of power, so maybe this fixes it. But how... What about the active time, though? Oh, that's cool. What the hell? Oh, by the way, guys, this is called Gungun Gurto. And it's basically Yakult, kind of. It's like Yakult flavor. You know that little Yakult yogurt kind of drink? But you can drink the whole bottle instead of just a small one. Those stone dials can have hairline cracks that are tough to even see without using a loupe, and bouncing light off it just right. Once noticed, the value of the watch plummets. I mean, I guess, but those watches are like $200, so who really cares about the value? You're not going to sell it, you're just going to wear it. High precision movement. Battery mechanical. We exclusively use tungsten for our rotors to increase inertia and power output. Okay, that's cool. I was about to say, I've always thought, like, why don't they use tungsten? But I guess you don't need that heavy for power. But I mean, if you see like micro rotors, they're usually made out of gold or like cheap gold plated tungsten, because it needs that extra weight because the rotors are much smaller. But 12 months standby time, I mean, sure, but I don't know. I feel like there's only a few advantages to smartwatches. Like, if this actually resolves it, but like, what do you get? Like, you don't get to see like weather. I guess it's just for tracking your run and your heart rate and your sleep, right? But okay, they clean up the ocean and stuff. That's nice. I want to know about the actual watch, right? How much active time does it have? Like, I guess it's not a screen, right? This is like just a mechanical watch that features the smartwatch. So is it mechanical or not? It looks to me like it's a quartz watch that features a rotor, so it's like a Seiko Kinetic, and it just has a smartwatch sensor for heart rate, sleep, and step tracking. Basically, that's it, I imagine. Those cracks can open up more with shocks and wear, yeah. Jaipur Watch Company, a piece of art. Let me take a look. There's another made in India brand. You really like your made in India brand. I think these watches are cool, but I think they're going to be really hard to sell outside of India, because the designs to me feel, I don't know, like they're trying to, like they're only going for one market, you know what I mean? Oh, I like this one though. It's got like a textured outer ring. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know, like, I just don't see like Western markets being interested in buying this watch, you know what I mean? It seems like they're kind of leaning into the appeal for the Indian market too heavily. If they want to sell stuff outside of India, they'll need to, like, coin watches generally only sell well in the market that the coin is for, right? So they're trying to sell stuff outside of, yeah. I think it'll just be a tough sell outside of India for these watches. They clearly put a lot of work into their bracelets and their design though. Like these tanks here, like a stamp is interesting. I think that's an interesting concept though, to do like a stamp watch or a coin watch or something. Is it a jump hour? Might be. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be hard to see. Oh, you can put anything you want. You can customize, put your text on the bottom. Interesting. I go to Garmin for a watch that keeps track of my heart rate and other such things. I mean, the Casio that I'm wearing does that, right? Like, here. It's got a let me full camera it. It's got a smartwatch sensor on the back, right, for heart rate, sleep, step tracking and stuff. But I don't use it. I don't use the heart rate and I don't use the sleep tracking. I mean, it does it when you actually do a workout, it turns it on. But most of the time it's turned off because, like, this is the thing. This is the problem. This is going to be a hot take, but I don't think smartwatches are that useful, right? Because, okay, heart rate tracking, what's it actually really that useful for? Maybe it's useful. I know there's some ones where, like, you can detect if you're about to have a heart attack. That's cool. But those are only the very high-end smartwatches. The cheap shit of smartwatches don't detect if you're having a heart rate or whatever and call the cops, right? So what's the other feature? Like step tracking? Step tracking is not really that useful because I know if I haven't done enough steps in a day. I know if I've been a lazy fuck, right? Because I know I haven't done any steps. And then sleep tracking, like when I wake up and I'm like, oh man, I feel fucking tired. Like I don't need a watch to tell me that I'm tired. I know that I'm tired. You know what I mean? And then, like, the thing is, the smartwatches that I've had in the past, you have to charge them like every second and a half, maybe 3 days, absolute max. So you're just charging constantly. So it just feels like a massive waste of time. This Casio, like, I have to charge it once every 2 months maybe, and I get the actual value, which is tracking a workout, which I rarely do, but you know, I do it every once in a while. Obviously, I don't work out that much. You know, you guys can tell I'm not exactly the strongest man in the universe. You know. Please make video interviews like the watch list channel. So yeah, basically smartwatches are useless. The one thing that's really good is being able to know what is it called? The weather. The weather is very useful, like the temperature, how strong the UV is, whether or not it's going to rain, that kind of stuff. Getting that on a smartwatch is very useful. Everything else I think is almost useless, and you have to charge it every second day. The watch list channel, let's take a look. This one here, what kind of... Oh, like a sit down with like a collector or something? Yeah, we could definitely do it. We did do one of these. I might have to go into the drive to see, but we did do a sit down with a collector. We haven't released it yet. We might edit it and then release it on the Patreon and see what the Patrons think. If they think it's good or bad, then we can go from there. Right, but damn, this guy has a lot of watches. Tudor Pelagos FXD. Yeah, nice watch. Yeah, we could definitely sit down and...
This is a black one.
We could definitely sit down with some collectors maybe. Snowflake, another good one. Pepsi SKX. Nice watch. Prospects, nice watch. Speed Timer, nice watch. I mean, that other Seiko's nice too. That's an interesting one. I really like the pattern on the dial. But Speed Timer, Pogue, very, very nice. This guy's got a really good collection. Frederick Constant, very, very nice. It's a kind of a Japanese brand. It's owned by Citizen. Dad's Watch Titan. That's a nice looking Titan, actually. Out of the ones that I've seen so far, this is one of the nicer looking ones. The one that other guy showed me the other day was really nice though. I just can't remember the name of it. It was a Titan or something. I know it was a Titan. Mark C, nice watch. Nice blue. These are a little plain though, but you know, that's how IWC is, right? Pilot's watches. Raymond Wheel, nice. You guys got a banger collection. Alpina, nice. Swatch, I don't really care about a Swatch. Acro Racer, very nice. Very nice. Victorinox, I'm just not a fan of that one, at least. I just feel like, you know, what Victorinox is trying to do, just get a G-Shock instead, right? But yeah, no, this guy has a pretty nice collection overall. Khaki Fields. My father-in-law loves Khaki Field. Do you like the new Jean Kranz Seiko 5? Let me take a look at that. I haven't seen that one yet. I just remember something with the Pepsi watch, the recent interview. The Grand Kai Seiko 5. Yeah, this is nice. I really like this one actually. We were talking a lot about this in the Discord. Like, if you guys enjoy talking about watches and you know, learning about new models and stuff like that, highly recommend the Discord. We have a lot of guys in there talking about watches and stuff constantly. Really, really good. And everyone's very nice. And if you're not nice, then I have to sit down and talk to you and say, be nice. You know? But we haven't had any. We had one very small incident recently, but apart from that, everyone's very nice to each other. I have an Alpina, this Star Timer in quartz. I really like it. It was cheap. Yeah, I don't know too much about Alpina. I gotta look at them a little bit more. I feel I have to own a Garmin to really have an opinion on it myself. I do appreciate not having to charge my watches every 2 days. Also, the Garmin Fenix, I think it is 6S. I think it's 6S or 6X maybe. The 6, maybe it's this. It's one of these ones. Like, I have somebody who has one of these, and he was telling me like because of the way that the screen works, it like uses a lot less battery, and it has solar charging too. And apparently, it's pretty good solar charging. So, like, he was telling me that he used to have these like Apple Watch and Samsung. And it was terrible. He was running out of battery every single day because he does a lot of running. Like, he does, I think he told me like 5 or 7 kilometer run like every second day. And he does marathons and stuff too. So he really loves this shit. He goes crazy on it. But for me, not so useful to know my run stuff. It's nice to be nice. I'm back in and out. What do you think about the Seiko Landrek perpetual calendars? Let's take a look at them. These ones? Oh, I've seen some of these. There's a few of these Seiko perpetual calendars that I've seen. Is Land correct? There's the correct way. These ones here, the Premier Perpetuals. There's a few of these that I was looking at. I was thinking of maybe getting one because a few of them came up like pretty cheap. Some of them I could get for like a couple $100. I was like, damn. I was really thinking about it because big date as well. The only thing I don't like is they put a 24-hour here. Why could they not just put a day indicator here, right? Instead, that would have been way better. I got this one too, the Age of Discovery. These Age of Discovery are pretty cool. Seiko Monster Style. Let's see if you can find a number and then like a reference number. Send it through and I'll take a look. But this one here too this is a Brights, Seiko Brights perpetual calendar, which is Brights as well, where it's JDM only. Like, yeah, it's quite a nice looking watch. I like the open date wheel too. I think that's a cool little feature. Very, very nice. So yeah, this massive turret I was thinking of, 8F56070. Let's take a look. Whoa! God damn, that really is. Yeah, so these ones, the way the perpetual works is when you pull it out, you set the date, and then the hour and the minutes they all like move. I think it's the hour and the minutes or the hour and the seconds. They move to show the month, and then one of them shows the leap year indicator, like 1 through 4. So you can set the month and the whether or not it's a leap year, and then it will be able to always have this date indicator showing correctly. But I feel like if you're going to do a perpetual calendar, why not have a month and a day a month and a year indicator and a day indicator or something like that, right? Holy 8mm bezel Batman. Yeah, these are just way too large for me. I would never be able to pull one of these off, and I would never really like it, to be honest. But some of these are like, you know, I think this is a nice looking watch. This is a very like early 2000s near mint. Is this guy serious? Near mint. This guy's out of his mind to call this near mint. Are you kidding? Near, this is why I hate eBay sellers, bro. Near mint. A near mint, everybody. Damn, bro. Near mint. Alrighty then. It's so ugly, but it's only like 41 mil. He means there's a packet of Tic Tacs nearby. A packet of Tic Tacs, that's fucking funny. Yeah, I don't that one's not near mint. You're kidding. I'm surprised Seiko don't have a sub-seconds mechanical watch like the new Precise with 24-hour indicator and the 7 seconds. Who needs a 24-hour indicator? Yeah, that's crazy. DWC Havelock, let's take a look. This is nice. Oh, this is the... Okay, I like it more in blue than black. Black is fine, but I like it in blue. Yeah, it's nice, interesting watch. What's that, $100 as well? Yeah, not bad for $100. Loom, damn, the dial's loomed out. Yeah, I mean, I'm just impressed that they're. I assume that these are the Everest 3s as well. Not bad. Again, for $100, it's a lot of watch, right? Yeah, I don't really. I agree with you, Sands of Time. I don't really like the 24-hour indicators that much, unless if it's like an actual GMT, like you know this one here. You know, it makes sense in that case, but. I'll get a Landry, I can post on the Discord of India, yeah. Titan made a 6mm watch with a 2mm movement. That's crazy. That's very, very thin. It's not here? Oh damn, they open up the dial to show mechanical damn. And this is made by this is a movement made by them. It's not like a Slim Yoda or something. Case Nexus 5.6. It's a 50mm watch though. That's a crazy width. I mean, even like the solar eco drives are like 2mm. I think it says Swiss. Does that say Swiss there? Is it a Swiss movement? Swiss movement, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's saying Swiss movement there. It's hard to see from my eyes. That's a crazy thin watch though. 5.65 millimeters. Damn. Yeah, that would really wear really nice. Very, very cool. One of the world's thinnest watches. Yeah, doesn't surprise me. 5.65 mil is not thin. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to end up in a few minutes because we've been streaming for about 3 hours, or over 3 hours now. Any last thoughts or any last watches you want to discuss before we move on and end the stream? Otherwise, thank you so much, guys, for hanging out towards the end. I appreciate it. It's been a really good time. I'm going to be doing these pretty much every week. Some weeks I'll try and get Yuta on as well, but he's quite busy editing the YouTube videos at the moment because unfortunately we don't have a editor at the moment. Yeah. Came across one of these the other day. Let's take a look at these. Damn, that's a nice dial. It's a really nice dial. Citizen Eco Drive too. Interesting. Anyway, it was a pleasure. Thank you for your time. See you lifelong wisdom. Thank you for watching. Thanks for being here, Beaton Bao, Tim Cheeseman, Pranav Jubei. It's been a pleasure talking with you, Sands of Time, everybody. Have a good rest of your day. Appreciate it. And feel free to join the Discord. I'm going to link the Discord as well, so you can come in and talk about watches at any time you want. Because you shouldn't have to wait for the live stream just to talk about watches. You can talk about watches, or you can talk to me and Yuta whenever. We're in the Discord pretty much 24/7, answering whatever questions you have. Till next time, bye Kike, bye Nicole, bye Sands of Time. Enjoy the stream and enjoy the rest of the day, guys. Bye.